if it brings me solitude. I'm drowning into life from you, but I can't breathe without you in my arms. I see you I see what he loves about you. You're so perfect. Hope you know that you got everything. I messed up and I'm haunted. And if I'm being honest, I see what he loves about you. You're so perfect. Hope you know that you got everything.
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Welcome back. We got the pre-patch today. I don't know when it's going to be up. I just kind of decided, you know what? I'm just going to keep to my schedule of 5 p.m. my time. I'm going to hop on. I don't even know when this thing is coming out, dude. It's going to be a bit, but I guess we'll wait. The beta servers are also down, so this makes you think that there's a new beta build too. I was kind of expecting for them to not do a beta build this week and just do one next week, but I mean, as of somebody who is not excited for Rogue next expansion, it's probably a good thing they're doing a new build, right? Maybe they'll finally fix Rogues by then. How y'all doing? Welcome back, and boys having a good one, wife. Exactly. Man, dude, what's up, Jack? How you doing, my man? Hope you having a good one, my guy. They confirmed last week there's going to be a beta build this week. Hell yeah, dude. Let's hope it's a Demon Hunter, Priest, and Rogues on the table, man. For once, you know what I mean? Like, holy, so many classes are good on the beta, but like not Rogue, not Demon Hunter, not Priest. There's like nothing new for Priests. You know what I mean? Man, it is interesting. What time does the patch drop for NA? I don't even know. I decided I'm gonna hop on today and we're gonna stream hang out. I have no idea. I didn't look. When is it actually? Does it have like, I guess you just hop on, wait for it, right? But like, I have no idea. I just know that it's dropping today. That's all I know. 1 hour for an aim. Okay, so that's pretty good. So maybe it'll drop earlier. Supposedly 3 p.m. PST, 6 p.m. EST. Okay, so it could drop earlier. Привет, здорово, Red Mask. Hey, guy, hey. What the hell? Oh, you guys just missed that. Hold on. Hold on. You guys just missed that completely. Let me show you what I saw just now. Hold on, let me show you what I saw just now. One sec. Tell me that it's here. Or where is it? Wait, no. I gotta go here. And then I gotta go local app. Yeah, okay, okay. Let me show you what I just saw. This is what I just saw. This is popped up, but like, I didn't get to switch the scenes early enough. Photosensitivity warning. A small percentage of people may have seizures from certain lights, patterns, or images, even without a history of epilepsy. Before playing, if you or anyone... I never seen this photosensitivity warning for WoW ever before. Alright. Well, there it is. That's kind of nice. That's cool. Anyway, oh man. Well, I guess we wait. It flashed. Did it actually? I couldn't tell, man. What's up, Dal? Do you know when the pre-patch is going to drop for EU? Tomorrow. I imagine it is tomorrow. Usually Tuesday is NA day, Wednesday is EU day. And yeah, that's how it's been for expansions now for years. And I doubt it's going to be changing. So safe to assume probably you guys are getting it tomorrow, Wednesday. What's up, Taicho? How you doing, fam? Hope you're having a good one. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, dude, yesterday was a weird day for me, man. So I'm going to be a little bit like, I'm a little off still today. But it's okay. It's okay. How much hopium for rogue changes tomorrow on a scale? You know what? Bro, none. I'm sorry. I have none, dude. I had hopium week ago or like 2 weeks ago. I have none. I feel like rogues are just going to come out kind of poopy. And we're not going to get changes until like season 2, season 3. As a rogue main, I tell you right now, I would prefer to go into this expansion maining the classes that I've been playing this entire time. This is an opportunity to do something cool with hero talents as well as talents. And all they've done is taken a rogues like an expansion back, and they were like, good enough? We have the same dev as the Demon Hunters too, right? It's been Reels for a good bit. Reels has been the dev that got us Demon Hunters feeling amazing for season 3. And just hasn't done anything so far. I don't even know if Reels is the one working on rogues, to be honest. I have no idea. Going DK looks pretty strong. Yeah. DK looks really good. See Wowhead? What did it post on Wowhead? Anything new? I see I missed a GM interview. And what did it before expansion? And then what within pre-expansion video trailer. That's pretty cool. Is that what you mean? Yeah, Death Knight is definitely like a good choice. As a rogue main, well, this is what I would do. I would at least bring an alt. If you want to main a rogue expansion, level an alt during the very first 2 weeks. At least level an alt. There's a good chance that if you're going to be playing rogue, if you are as frustrated as like the other rogue players on the beta, and as I was, like you're just not going to have fun with the expansion to begin with. So if rogue ends up being a class that ends up frustrating you, just play something else until they fix them. Right, honestly, because there's so many good class changes they've done to mages, warlocks, warriors, death knights, hunters. You could play survival and it's probably going to be viable. Windwalker's got like so many good stuff too. Like they've done a lot of good class changes in this expansion. Just rogue has not been one of those classes, but the changes they've done have been excellent, have been awesome. There's a lot of good they've done. So seriously, level one of those classes, dude. Play some Enhancement Shaman or something, right? Play some Unholy DK, play some Fury Warrior. You're actually gonna have a much better time. Like maybe like they'll get rogue leveled out by like the time the expansion releases, and that'll be cool. But seriously, prep yourself so you have fun in this expansion, not be disappointed or frustrated this expansion. Because honestly, I feel like I could do dungeons over and over and over if it's the right class. I feel like I could have a lot more fun with the game if we're playing on a class that's actually really fun. And it's very difficult to enjoy stuff on a rogue on the beta. It just has not been that way. Are you excited? I am pretty excited. When you QQ, just tell them no horsing around. Wait, what? What's up, Super? How you doing, man? All the haters are going to hate the DK. Just pump right away with them, dude. Yeah, exactly. The DK. DK looks really good, man. You can find the Warcraft. What DKs are going to be great. I am excited because Frost, Unholy, and even Blood will look really good. I don't know about the Blood and like healer change, tanky change, because you still do quite a bit of healing. And I feel like you're going to have fun playing around with the cooldown reduction build with your rune weapon as a Blood DK with like Bone Storm and all that now that it's fully working. I just don't really know if people are going to like that gameplay. I feel like being self-reliant is like the core concept of a Blood DK. And like, I don't know, I feel like what they need to do is, if they want them to be less spiky, they need to like crank up that armor by a ton, crank up passive defenses, and then reduce the healing, right? Give him moments where you can Death Strike once in a while as a big kill, kind of like a Guardian Druid with friends at regen. But then make him like take damage consistently, not as spiky as they do right now, because it still gets spiked and they still do a lot of healing. They just can't Death Strike nearly as effectively. And not that many healers could deal with that kind of like, oh, you gotta heal that spike of damage the Death Knight take. I feel like they would need to rework him from ground up, but I don't know, man. Well, let's see. This hero talents, who do you think is gonna be, who has the best improvements in the tree? During counting hero talents, who has got the best changes so far for like War Within overall, not including hero talents? Who's got the biggest improvements? I guess mages were pretty good before, but like they got improvements though too. I think biggest improvements like in class tree and spec tree. Hey, I don't know. That's a good question. Probably like maybe on Holy Death Knight, I'd say. Like, if you look at the class tree and the spec trees, probably unholy. But, like, mages got really good new stuff. Warlocks got really good new stuff. Like, it's hard to, like, make a list and, like, compare them against each other, to be honest. Going Fire Mage ult, usually main Rogue, but I can't wait for the fixes. Yeah. As a Fire Mage, I think you'll have a lot of fun. Like, once you get Frostfire spec up and running, I think you're just going to be playing that for, like, months, man. I'm not even kidding you. It's so good. It is so good. No grip, no problem. Just watch me and the boys ride it. Yeah, exactly. Hey, what's up, Super Meow? How you doing, fam? Hope you're doing good. How can all 3 specs suck of Rogue? Dude, they found a way. I'm just gonna say they found a way. They found a way. They gave us like the most uninspired hero talents for Rogue. I mean, Fatebound is like literally coin flips that happens passively. Trickster is like literally full single target thing they got going on with some cleave elements, but like it's just I don't know who made them, to be honest. Like, I don't think it's a Rogue player that made them, because they were like, Trickster, and you have your main ability is this random little like strike that you do, procs off of Shadow Strikes or Backstab, and you're like, what about Shuriken Storm in AoE? Nothing. They were probably like, yeah, it'll be fine. Yeah, they backstab once in a while. It's like, I guess they backstab. I don't know what the rogues do. It feels like somebody that doesn't play Rogue made them. Not even joking. And then we're like, ooh, Capsule, what if we made him like do this animation thing? Haha, that'd be fun. And it's like, it's not great. It doesn't feel good. It's like, have you heard of Shadow Strikes and Shadow Dances and Eviscerates? What about Crackshot? Have you ever played Outlaw and how you spamming abilities? Do you think... like when you're a rogue, a sub-rogue, and you're trying to crank out as many Eviscerates and Shadow Strikes in PvP, right? How disruptive do you think that animation lock is going to be? When you're trying to invest, you have this like limited window of burst and you're trying to get the most amount of damage out. What about this animation lock? You know, how disruptive do you think that's going to be? Like, if you play Rogue, you're like, this is obviously really bad. This is, like, think of a sub-rogue, right? You finally got all the trinkets out, you got them locked down, your DPS on the other, on your team is CC'd, it's up to you to get the kill, you hit him with an Eviscerate, right? Then you gotta get that finality Eviscerate, because you're building, and then your character just starts dancing around, striking him with weapons as an animation play out, and you're like 2 damage. 2 extra damage. It does no damage. It does no damage. Like, if it was like an animation and you just like global somebody, like a demolish from Warrior, I wouldn't be complaining. Because it's like, well, I got a big setup, slap him down, literally put him in the dirt. But it's like you literally start dancing around and you do like 2 more damage. It does nothing. It just means like in that 4-second stun, you waste 2 seconds dancing around like an idiot. So then you go Shadow Strike, and they're out, and they're healing. It's not great. Monks are really good. Monks are definitely both investing into the mustache though. What's up, Dennis? Have you seen this before? Yeah, dude. Yeah. I honestly, putting it up like this makes it easier just to live life now, dude. It's getting to the point where it's long, so like if I eat food and I don't like, you know, get it out of the way with a mustache wax, like it's not great. Not great. Actually, so when the 26th so when is the 26th of August my game will automatically change to War Within? I mean, the game automatically changes to War Within now. Yeah. Depends what you mean by that, Kalu. Man, today is the day so I can figure out Spec. I mean, do you know what? This why pre-patch exists? Because you'll be able to explore a good portion of what your class can do for this expansion. The only thing you'll be able to earn once War Within leveling starts is the hero talents. But like the core talents you have now will give you a good idea of what your class is going to play like. Especially with some of those hero talents being passive. They do offer gameplay because there's like Diabolist and Rider the Apocalypse that are more passive. But they're so good as a passive, or especially good for mage. Such good passives. Because it's like a little gameplay hook. Not too much, not too crazy. But there's like, peak gameplay in that. But still, like Unholy Death Knight, like you'll still be able to get 98% of what your class is gonna play like. You'll just get additional riders and additional little bonuses on like a Trollbane AoE cleave thing that you'll get. Which is pretty cool, right? As a Warlock, you'll still be able to play around with like your resources and how they play into now. And then you'll just have like little demons that empower some of your abilities rotationally, which is just like a nice surprise, but it doesn't really change the core rotation more than anything. There are some nice bonuses there though. Until release, no hero talents. Yeah, no hero talents for now. You're not going to be able to experience hero talents in pre-patch, sadly. At first, it looked like it was going to be like we were going to start earning them at level 70, but you start earning them at level 71. Yeah. When is live on EU? Tomorrow, usually Tuesday for a day, Wednesday for EU. Usually, that's how it's been for like last few expansions. I know it's good itself. Right, it's cherry on top. The riders, I think the best part about riders. Like, they're good on their own. I like the bonuses they provide. Like, Morgrave with Death and Decay, so you can just cleave stuff without having to use your Death and Decay. Peak as a Frost Death Knight. Because you kind of live and die by the cleave. Because that's like your strong thing. So having Morgrave just provide you free cleave is really good. And like 4 seconds after you fades, still really nice. Yeah, they are, like, Horse is awesome. I like Horse of riders. That is the best part, man. But yeah, you'll still be able to get a pretty good preview of what the classes like. That's are looking like. They're gonna go through a lot of changes, and yeah, you'll still be able to play like the dual wielding. I guess you'll still play with a legendary for now. But if you don't want to play Lego and you want to play the dual wield build, that's still gonna have a good portion of its power for now. It only gets better though. Horse is good. Horse very good. Very good. Anybody else log into the WoW page and be done and say, "Will the Warcraft not change to War Within," or is that just me? For me it says War Within. I guess the question would be like, do you buy the next expansion, Kyler? I don't know what you kind of setup you got going on, but yeah, I'm guessing maybe you didn't buy the next expansion. You'll still will get pre-patch. You'll still be able to play with new class changes. Just once the actual expansion comes out, you won't be able to. They just extended for 5 PDT. No shot, dude. No shot. What am I supposed to do, man? Because beta is not even up, is it? I'm hoping beta gets up then. No way they extended it. No way. Where? I'm gonna wait for Wahid to give it that sad announcement here in a second. Which it could change horse to something else. I think it'd be cool if you could glyph it, right? That'd be cool. Did they actually though? I'm not saying anything on WoW had like WoW news thing. Did that maybe beta? If beta is up, it's on the client. Uh-oh, really? Hold on. So if I back out, you'll see it. 3 PM PDT for me. It just says 3 PM PDT for me. Did they actually send it to 5? They did? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Hold on, like on the BNet actual thing? Is even on BattleNet it still says for me 3 PM PDT. Is it gonna update in a second? And disappoint me? Is that the case? Oh no. Weren't the Horde Horde DK with the rider supposed to ride the Tauren? No. Like Death Knights. I mean, they're gonna give them like Death Knight specific mounts. It's 5 PM PDT. Okay, well it shows me. You can see on my stream 3 PM PDT, and even my BNet. I guess I could pop that out here too, right? You can see my BNet says 3 PM PDT, which is why I was like, did it actually though? But I'll gotta give it a. If I give it a second, it'll probably update for me too. Happens every time, dude. Yeah, this is why with Blizz games, especially with WoW, never take time off. Like if you're working and you need to put some time, take some time off to like, oh, I want to take some time off to enjoy the new expansion. Don't. Never. None of these games, dude. Other MMOs, it happens the same thing too. Like you're like, oh, I'm gonna take some time out to enjoy the new thing. It's never on time. It is never on time. There's always a delay. And even if there's no delay, there's usually some kind of big server issues that prevent it. Try to reconnect. I don't know what that means. It's good. Yeah, BNet, restart BNet. Okay, yeah. Oh, I don't even have Realms? It won't even have me choose. I can't even log into Realms now? Okay, dude. Okay, alright. Okay, hold on a second. I guess I'm gonna see if there's an update or whatever. Yeah. Check for updates. Nothing new. BNet still says it's the same thing though. Give it a second. Oh yeah, now it says 5 p.m. my time. Yep, that's fun. All right. Well, I guess the question is there any version of the game that we can log into right now, though? So we're supposed to be live an hour, hours ago? Yeah, there were. But then Blizzard said nope. Hell, even PTR is not even on, man. How are you, mate? What's up, yeah, man? How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing good. Let's see if the beta are up. Or beta servers maybe, like, maybe those are, like, loginable or whatever. Do you play Hearthstone? Big expansion launch today. I haven't played Hearthstone in like, I don't even know how long, man, in ever. It's been a bit. It's been a hot second. I have not kept up with Hearthstone. It might as well be like, it's like, dude, it's like when you introduce your grandparents to like, it's like trying to teach your grandparents how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like, what? I don't even understand. What is... That's me. I'm the grandpa at this point. Yeah, I haven't played Hearthstone in forever. Apparently people still play it, but that's pretty cool. Thanks, beta testing, guys. I already appreciate your efforts. True, exactly. Exactly. See if the beta realms are up. Yeah, nothing even on beta realms. Yeah, this is on beta right now, though. Yeah, I was trying to see if maybe there's anything up. Hearthstone duels? Dude, I have not played Hearthstone at all. I don't know what duels are. I don't know what the battlegrounds are. None, dude. When is the last time I played Hearthstone? I think I played it to get the Sarge mount. When is the last time I really played Hearthstone? I don't remember. Hey Dot, what's up, Salim? How you doing, my man? Hope you're doing good. Yeah, they pushed the realms back a little bit. So here we are. Might be a big update. I heard this one's supposed to be fix some disconnect issues. For the beta or for like actual WoW? I mean, it would be nice. It's just we haven't even been able to connect at all. You know what I mean? So yeah, my friends, a small indie company giving a break. Exactly. A few dollar company, a couple of bucks company. Hey, now what do you think of the Frost DK buff? I like him. There was a new one by a chance? You're saying buff like there was maybe another one. Or is that the one that happened from like last week? Because I still have like the blue post here. I have to put up earlier. I was gonna hop on a beta, do some beta testing. And then Realms went down. That was fun. Just play some Diablo. If you mean like from this week, I like him a lot. The nerf Glacial Advance, Icy Death Torrent, Endurance Strength, and Shattering Blade a bit. But like testing it out, like we tested it live and I was just having fun. Because literally the Deathbringer playstyle was carrying Frost Death Knight. Which I'm okay with just because it's been so behind for like so long that I'm okay with it kind of just like being good for like 2 seconds. Hey, is the pre-patch or retail or beta? It's for retail. It is for retail. Let's get still Dragonflight Screen. I'm still coming back to the game. Yeah, so let me hop on like live actually. Let me hop on live and tell you what I see. You're probably EU, right? Because if you're logging in today and you're like EU, you still have Dragonflight. You get pre-patch. So EU, I feel like I'm going to say this a lot today, but EU gets their updates on Wednesdays, NA gets their updates on Tuesdays. Oh my god. There we are. Yeah, so you should be seeing this screen once you actually get the pre-patch. Or the game transitions from one expansion to the next. So it's just so good to watch them two-handed goes to town. I don't even know if you'll go two-handed, like if the dual wheel build. Because there's like a mixed build, right? There's an amalgamation build. Normally Death Knights Actually, let me see if I can pull up Wowhead. See if I can like throw the build together. Show you what they're playing, because otherwise I'd hop on the game and show you exactly what I've been playing, but it's been kind of like, you know. I think I want to do this. Do I play per rune weapon? I think I do, right? Okay. I guess I'll switch it like this. Kind of show what I was playing with. Because normally, look, so normally there's two builds for Death Knights. Either like a two-handed build that goes Obliteration, or a dual wield that goes Breath and Sturgosa. But what if I told you there is another build that is a new competitor, a new challenger in the field. And that build actually goes into smothering offense, so your auto attack damage is increased, and the damage is increased further per stack of Icy Talons, so it gets even better. And then you pick up the Icy Death Torrent and you go dual wield build, just so you have two weapons that are constantly attacking, and then you could do bunch of procs with the Icy Death Torrent. And then you could pick up a either Dark Talons for even more auto attack damage. I kind of like Wither Weight just for like more dot ticks. Actually ends up being pretty strong as this spec. And then I usually play Painful Death, because this is now a 45-second cooldown, because it lands up together Pillar of Frost every time. Yeah, so then what you do is actually you'll put points into Shatter and Blade, and that's the build. So it's like an amalgamation build. It's not a two-handed commitment build, because you wouldn't really play this as much. I mean, this can work too, but dual wield actually ends up being a little better for this specifically, and constant Razor Eyes that you put up on the target. You don't have to go into Breath of Sturgosa. I mean, this is a dual wield build, a weapon in each hand, bunch of haste, bunch of crit. And it essentially kind of sort of plays very similar to like the burstiness of the two-handed build, but it has a lot better damage in the downtime, because you get on those procs of Shatter and Blade. And in AoE, it just has some cleaving stuff, so it has a lot of more single target potential to it, with some like natural cleave behind it. So it works really, really well. You still end up using Obliterate and Cleaving as much as you can, almost like treating it like a two-handed build. But you're dual wielding, which allows you to benefit more from Shatter and Blade and just constant applications of Razor Eyes with your offhand weapon. So it ends up being pretty solid in that regard. Yeah, definitely worth checking out. I have a couple of clips of me running around with that build. It's really fun. It's like a nice middle ground build, is I guess the best way I'd put it. You know what I mean? Best way I'd put it. I think you'll actually be able to play it out whenever RUMs come out. That was a jarring shift, wasn't it? Why is Al flipping through scenes like this? There's like 3 different scenes that show the same thing. Hi Dal, what's up, Albert? Hey, man. Extended servers, yeah, I know, dude. Still, okay, they've extended servers before. This might sound like opium. I'm just telling you from experience of like dealing with Blizz stuff, right? In the past, they've extended downtime. Because look, we weren't getting this screen earlier. This wasn't there. Or it was there at first, and then they had to delay it, and now we're here. Sometimes they delay it, and it still comes out like roughly around the time that we're gonna like have it come out. We'll see. I'm hoping that we'll get beta rubs before this, but like I'm just here because I wanted to make sure that I'm here streaming at the same time that I normally do. I just didn't want to break my schedule. It's not like I had anything planned, so we're gonna be out here just talking about stuff the best night. I assume, I imagine. Cross fingers, yeah. Yeah, it definitely is like, definitely sounds like, you know, copium. Hopefully not hopium, copium. But they've done that before. I don't know if this will happen this time around. Oh, we'll see. I'm kind of hoping they'll get beta builds up before this though, because that'll be kind of fun. But they'll take less damage overall too. I think so. Would you recommend playing Enhancement Shaman or Survival Hunter? Ooh, that's a hard one. I feel like Enhancement Shaman used to be an easy guarantee or easy to recommend because you're the only spec with Wind Fury. But now that essentially like Ellie and Resto both have Wind Fury, I think Ellie just becomes better because it's so ranged. And range usually have an advantage in dungeons and raids. I think survival, honestly, like if you're looking at the two melee, I'm thinking survival would be a better choice. Survival, I don't know if this is going to be true on live, but it's been a very popular choice, like a really popular one on the beta. Whether you like have a super geared one or not a geared one at all, been a very popular pick. Enhancement 2 to some degree, because the Tempest enhancement actually does pretty well. But Survival has been really popular in the beta. That being said, just because it's popular in the beta does not mean it'll translate to live as well, right? Because there have been some builds in the past where like, oh, this class is super popular on the, you know, development build, but when it comes out to live, nobody plays it all of a sudden because maybe there's a better choice or a better option or whatever, right? You just never really know. I'll have to wait and see. Oh, the basis of it was in a bit. 1200 nodes back, dude. It is definitely a lot better than where it was. Like, I'll be very, very surprised if Survival just end up being like irrelevant again. After the changes it has done, I'd be very, very surprised and saddened that it'll all of a sudden become irrelevant because it just like they did such a good job. They destroyed Outlaw completely at times, bro. If you haven't seen what they've done to Outlaw. That spec ain't the same, dude. You're gonna have to invest into haste. Your mastery got buffed. Like, they should have gotten us a new mastery, dude. We should have gotten the whole Survival Hunter treatment. Like, new mastery, good talents, Papa John's. Right? We should have gotten the works. Master goes hard. Take it, Tech. Take Tech. Appreciate you. How would you say Arrested Druid? How would you say Arrested Druid, Windwalker, and Handsome Shaman would fare in 3s with all the changes? Like .com specifically? I mean, Arrested Druid should be less CD reliant, so maybe that'll be better for them. I think Windwalker should be really solid, but like .com in particular, I mean, what are you bringing that's new this time around? You don't have Swarm as a resto, so you are going to be more regrowth spammy, I imagine, because that's what it looks like your profile might be. That's not always a good thing. Yeah, Resto is not really getting anything new in terms of that composition. I know that Enhancement gets a knockback that they can put on an ally, so they actually get a bit more of like a utility option. They're not that much tankier though. That's been their thing. I think the only one out of that composition benefits is Windwalker probably. I don't really know. It just seems like it's a little stronger because of Windwalker. That's really about it. Out of all those 3 specs, that's like the only one that really sees specific changes for PvP. The most about it changes for PvP. What do you think about DK will do in PvP? Death Knights, I mean, on Unholy. We've been testing Death Knights. When we do our 5-5-1-1 duels, that's also an opportunity for us to test how these classes are doing. And we've seen Death Knights doing a lot better. So the pacing of PvP in particular, at least in a 1-in-1 combat specifically, but it gives you an idea of where classes are, slows down by quite a bit. Pacing does feel a little slower than like breakneck speed of Shadowlands, but not quite as slow as BFA. Where it's just like a Sleep Fiesta PvE gameplay with procs and stuff until somebody randomly just dies or a healer runs out of mana. It's like a middle ground between the two, but it is slower than Dragonflight, it feels like at least notably. So Unholy is actually healing a lot more. Surprise, out of nowhere, like Death Knights actually heal a little bit more. Yeah, I think your defensive's gotten a lot better in the class challenge tree. Your offensive power is about the same. I think the spec that benefits probably the most out of it is Frost. Probably Frost. Yeah, probably Frost. What's your opinion on Assassin Rogue and War Within? That's like the only spec that actually kind of came out kind of sort of okay. Like pretty playable. Like Deathstalker on Assassin single target, even in AoE can be okay. You'll probably play Fatebound, which is kind of boring, but like it's fine. That's like the only spec that I think is kind of okay. I feel like I like some of the changes I've done for them, like Deeper Strat or Bleeding Strat. Basically an extra common point they can go for. Like they could have some common points like the other 2 specs, which is super nice. Just makes finishes a little bit better. They gave him like the talent where in Venom, if you like have an Envenom buff and you press Envenom, it does more damage. So it's like the chain Envenom thing that you basically have done forever now as an assassination. So it's kind of nice as a talent that supports it. And Spike, I think it's pretty good. It is kind of expensive to pick up Spike because you do need like a talent that's kind of like mediocre in order to grab Spike, but it is pretty solid. I just wonder if there'll be any builds that'll actually end up incorporating it in Mythic Plus that aren't like raid builds or like pure Giga AoE builds, because you know how Mythic Plus is, you do want to have that single target value, and that'll kind of go against like what Assassination Rogues were doing at the very beginning of Season 3, where they were doing a ton of AoE damage from mostly single target kind of deal, right? That's what really gave them that edge at the very beginning. Or fights like Tindril, for example, right? Giga boss damage while everything around the boss dies, and you're just funneling single target and just getting free damage on the side. So I'm wondering if that's going to be a possibility, because it's just like the cost of talents didn't change, so you still need to commit into a pretty bad talent to pick it up. It's a lot better of an ability, but it doesn't really work with the build dynamic that we had unless you went like Giga AoE, and that's just a pad build, and at that point you might as well go Outlaw, or you know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. But from hero talents, it is one of the better specs. I feel like them losing Dance is not the end of the world either. You are going to have to probably go back to playing with Echo and Ripperman, which is kind of like whatever. But if you played it with Season 1 and you liked it, you'll probably be okay with it. But yeah, it's just going to kind of slow down if you a little. Number 7, which is the expansion. PBJ, though, that better. What the hell? What do you thank you for your info? Good luck. Have fun and good luck. Thanks so much, man. Appreciate you. Anytime. What do you think that will be in the new sandwich meta? Grilled cheese and PB&J. Ooh. Sandwich meta. That's a good one though. The PB&J is like solid. I honestly, you know what I want the sandwich meta to be? There was like the simple sandwich from like the one like culinary show, like cooking show of a guy, based on like a real person or whatever. Basically, just like it's your like deli slices of ham or whatever, but you like cook them on a skillet, right? Blowtorch a little bit on the side. Take like bread, butter, toast it, slap it in the middle, get some American cheese so it melts. And essentially it's just something you can whip up at home in maybe like 5-10 minutes or so. But yeah, I think that should be the sandwich meta going forward. It's so good. That's your sandwich. Dude, it is just, it's like simple ingredients that they don't cost a lot at the grocery store at all, especially with current prices. But it's like, it's a little bit of effort, but it's so good. It's so good. You can choose either butter or like oil. Either one works. I feel like butter makes for a better bread. But yeah. As for like the actual slices, if it's like ham, it essentially is basically bacon. You could just throw it on a skillet, get it until it's like nice charred, flip it, throw the piece of American cheese on there, let it keep cooking in its own juices for a bit. Once it's like kind of char-ish sorta, don't get it too charred, transfer to a plate. Take a piece of bread. You can basically soak all of it up. Grab some butter, right? Slap it on there. Slap the bread on top. Basically hold it there until it's toasted. Or if you have a toaster, you can skip that too, right? You can just toast bread too. That could work. But that should be the sandwich meta though going forward. It's so simple. So good too. Where you're from, Dal? Originally Russia, but like I have been living in the US more than half of my life. So yeah, originally my family was from Russia. But that was like a while ago we moved here. A while back. Is it a EU? NA. But I guess a EU too? A day later? Now I asked you where you're from? Really? Russia. Snacks in new meta? Dude, snacks, hell yeah. What's finger sandwiches, party snacks to be the new meta? I mean, those are pretty good too. Those could be pretty good. You know what I mean? You know, like if you talk about small, like, oh man, what is it? It used to be, God, I'm trying to remember. It's like a thing. You used to sell it at the store. They're like little snacks, but essentially sandwiches, except for like a set of bread. It was like a cracker, like a little cracker cookie. Lunchables? No, maybe. I don't know. I'm getting hungry. Yeah, same. Same. Lunchables, yeah, dude, Lunchables, but like more like a homemade Lunchable, more like homemade, because there's like, oh no, it's like essentially I would have that, right? But like you could basically choose your own type of cheese, and like I would have kielbasa with it, man. Like slices of not kielbasa, But essentially it's kielbasa. In Russia you would call it kielbasa, but it's not the same kielbasa you buy at the store. Kielbasa is very, very specific, but it would be like a different kind of kielbasa, I guess. I don't know. It's a little bit, it's like the kielbasa that has like spots in there, like white spots in there. And it's a little chunkier, a little bigger. I don't know. I only have one word for it, man. Are there updated spec builds on Wowhead? Yeah, there are some. I do want to take a look at what they're recommending, actually. Might as well, right? Because we're waiting for updates anyway. Pre-patch builds. I am a little... I want to see what Guy says about this, man. Because Guy is not happy. Just Guy, the guide writer, he's in Rogue Discord. He's not happy with Rogue changes. I want to see what he recommends. Basically, HO build. Alright. Basically, HO. Banish, yeah. Versa, more than anything, than crit, haste, all that. Yeah, it's basically didn't change too much. Not much change for Outlaw. Yeah, you're gonna need haste, so you're gonna need a little bit of haste. Just a little bit. So you'll need, for haste until 15 to go back to GCD you had before. Other major changes, Shadow Dance has been removed. So replaced without a trace. Ghost Strike been moved. Killing Spree has been moved up. Killing Spree recommended? Killing Spree recommended. Yeah, Killing Spree is going to be jarring, I think, for a lot of people. I feel like in PvP it's a fine ability, but in PvE it's kind of whatever. Viability. Continues to be an awkward one. That's always good. That's always good. That's always a good one. Blizzard, thank you. 2 months is the last time we got real rogue changes and any kind of communication. I'm glad that at least we're not, like, told that we're bad, but we're awkward, which isn't inspiring, but you know, I'll say this again. Hopefully Rogue will be good going forward, but if you are planning on maining a Rogue for the next expansion, get an alt. Just anything. Literally can't go wrong. Unless you decided I'm gonna play Rogue and alt a Demon Hunter. Like, make sure it's not a Demon Hunter and you're fine. Literally any class that strikes you fancy. Can't go wrong with literally any of them. Literally any of them. When it comes to Mythic Plus, it's a mixed bag. That's also always good. God Comp. Oh yeah, I guess there was God Comp too. But yeah, Outlaw is gonna basically play a little bit less good to some degree. A little less good. Let me see actually. Are there other classes? I do want to see what people recommend for Survival Hunter actually. That's a good one, right? Ooh, Mongoose Bite? What about M+? Oh, no, Mongoose Bite and M+. Thank goodness. Oh, you play Explosive? I thought you would play Bombardier. You could probably take a point out of here, put Bombardier, and you'll be just fine, honestly. Yeah, that's just... a look at that mastery. They buffed it, and now it's your best stat. Oh, so good. It's also good defensively, I guess, too. There's that. Is it best in raid, too? It is best in raid. Bombardier not played, man. Seriously, Spec Bombardier. I think you won't have a problem with it. Take a point out of here, put a point here, and you'll be happy. You'll be just fine. But yeah, it's essentially going to be really good. And they got good utility, bursting shot. Yeah, bursting shot is so good not to pick up. It's just a really good button. Just a really good button, which is Bombardier. I would too, like what, a second faster for Wildfire Bomb? Or you get Bombardier where you get basically 2 grenades when you press Coordinated Assault, which you're not playing as a minute CD? That's so weird. That is not what we played on the beta. Yeah, we played the minute CD. I feel like you could play minute CD instead of Relentless Permafrosity. So you have a minute CD on Coordinated Assault. Coordinated gives you 2 bombs, and at the end of that, it gives you 2 explosive shots. You use it early in the opener, and then you just rotate with the grenades, and I feel like you'll do just fine. Honestly, cooldown reduction might be better. And they're not. I guess making this 2 minute and making this 1 minute is fine, but minute and a minute would be kind of nice too. If you need a burst every minute, but I guess this makes sense too. Because it is going to give you a better flanker's advantage. Yeah. But for Rogue, there's actually like plus build, right? Right cleave? And then Mythic Plus. Okay, so it's like not different at all. Arcane Mage, just another one. Do we have a hero talents yet? We don't have hero talents. It's going to be a thing that arrives once we're leveling in War Within. But yeah, that being said, a huge portion of your classes still are seeing a ton of new talent changes this week. Unless you're a Rogue or a Demon Hunter. But everybody else are seeing a, maybe not Priest too, but everybody else, besides those 3, are seeing a big swath of changes. So if you're like, oh man, I think I'll just get bored up until the next expansion because there's not enough stuff. Trust me, there is enough stuff. There's most definitely is just enough, plenty of stuff for you to experiment with and have fun up until next expansion. I promise you. I promise you. Yeah, Arcane Mage is going to be really good. And they're playing Missile build. Looks like that's locked in. Arcane Harmony is back. So essentially, whenever you get clear casting, just Missile. Just Missile. Because it also gives you more Arcane charges. Rogue and the H-Rip. Dude, the problem is Rogue and Demon Hunters had the same dev. And our dev just hasn't really... we don't really know. Actually, I don't even know if... Because our dev's name was Reels, right? And nobody really knows what happened to Reels for the development of this expansion specifically. Normally, Reels is pretty active in the Rogue Discord at the very least, and Demon Hunter Discord. But like the changes that we've seen for the class in Season 3 of Dragonflight were some of the best changes ever. Not everybody liked the Crackshot play stuff for Outlaw, but like at least it took it in a direction where it's like somebody understands how the class plays, and they gave him a talent that's like mind-bogglingly good for what it does. So yeah, that's really good. What about fire? What do they recommend for fire mages actually? Because frost fire is very different than normal mythic. There's a flame strike one. Phoenix? I don't know, dude. I don't know, Phoenix. I kind of like Heat Shimmer and Scald, but that's fine. Or Meteor. I guess you would switch those out for Meteor and Deep Impact once you have Frostfire spec. I guess you do have Fireball though, so you don't necessarily need it, but... I guess. I don't know. Although they're going really deep into the... they did go deep into that Lit Fuse Living Bomb mechanic. You don't have Living Bomb anymore, but you proc it passively, essentially. So you do have it, just not the same. The dev is an intern, he wasn't kept on. From what I heard, Rogue Discord was talking about it, and somebody said he probably got promoted. I don't know. I have no idea. I have no clue. What about Prot Warriors? Yeah, Prot Warriors, I guess. Prot Paladin, Prot Warrior are the two specs that also didn't see a lot of changes. That being said, at least Prot Warriors got new class talents, so you are better in that regard. Exit out. I feel free. It's not like I have like it's not like I'm a I'm not even trying to like report on it. Oh, I have a report here. Special report that Rogue Dev has been gone and no promote. I have no idea. I have no clue. I just telling you what I saw in the Rogue Discord. Maybe not. I have no clue. I just know the Rogue is not in a great spot and I want it to be in a good spot. What about PM Hunter? Because there was some like dot gameplay for them. I think. Oh yeah, they're playing it. Basilisk. Oh, look at that. Call of the Wild. Kinda dead. Well, for now, but I'm sure it'll come back. So quote you and I got it. Oh god, dude. I'm putting myself in hot water. Wait, you don't play Aspect of the Beast? Am I dumb? Doesn't this challenge essentially just buff your pet by 30% and you just don't play it? Pet's abilities. Is that like... Kill... I am assuming like kill command counts, but maybe not. I am very surprised you don't play this talent. I thought this was like a 30% buff to your pet. I guess I'm wrong. Rogue Dev needs a raise. This is amazing. I don't know, man. I don't even know if we have one, to be honest. Like, for real. I don't have no idea. What about a monk? Because I have a lot of builds that I've been messing... You play... Okay. There's a lot of builds that I've been messing around with on the beta. Oh, they're not playing the... So in the beta, there is a monk. I think it is a G-Funk. G-Fuel. G-Funk, I think it is. He played Last Emperor and Power of the Thunder King. I messed around with it. It looked like maybe that was going to be potentially the play, but it is a very different setup with like improved touch of death and playing around the what's his face, the Xalatath affix. So instead of ordered elements, huh? Instead they're recommending ordered elements, which is a good talent. It's going to feel really good on a monk. Your cooldowns are going to feel amazing in terms of resources. I think this class is going to be a lot of fun. I feel like a lot of people will find Moonwalker to be jarring, if anything. Hunter's hero sounds so weird to create 2 hero sounds for marksman and all are meh. Both are meh. I mean, at the very least, right? Sentinel is pretty strong in terms of the damage it does, right? From every time we've seen it, and that's been like its advantages. It's just pumps. But yeah, it's not like super interactive or exciting or anything. But yeah, not all of them can be a winner, but at least it's like effective. At least, you know what? I guess it could be worse, because you could be a rogue where a capstone literally causes us to do less damage. So literally rogue's just talented to everything but a capstone, and we'll leave it as that. If you want to do more damage. Otherwise, if you're talented to it, we actually do less damage. So it could be worse, right? To be fair. I get it. I don't disagree with you. They're kind of boring. They're not super interactive. I think what they kind of went wrong with it is the Dark Ranger. Dark Ranger, I feel like, is the one where they could have put... Because Sentinel being passive, I think it's fine to have like one passive option that just plays itself. It's whatever. It's really effective. But the Dark Ranger, I think, is the one that they probably could have done a little bit better with. I am hoping that if they do any kind of like reworks, yeah, Dark Ranger probably needs to do a bit of a reshuffle there. Yeah, it just doesn't really add enough to the gameplay. Monk's looking good. I'm into it. Dude, monks are looking really good. Yeah. If you play a monk, I think I have a lot of fun in this in the pre-patch. Yeah, it's gonna be noticeably different. If you played monk before, look, monk's base stat is gonna be haste. When is the last time you played a monk and haste was a good stat for you? Most of you guys probably like, what? Never. Why? Wait, haste? Glyph of Jabriel? Is Glyph of Jabriel? I have no idea. Like, is that the one where it's like a replaces target palm with jab so you strike with your weapon? Or am I wrong about that? What the? I remember a monk from the days when jab was the button, not tiger palm. That was how you built the chi. Okay, for the win, Arcade is gonna be really good. Sentinel is strong, but as a human hunter, I feel super. I spent a weekend with Tyrande. Sentinel as a result. Yeah, basically. But yeah, monks are going to be interesting because haste is going to be, you don't generate resources as easily. Haste actually has some value because now haste can translate into Fist of Fury damage. And haste with Gale Thunderfist, more autos to be able to get more value out of it. It's kind of really, really nice. Just more damage out really, really quickly. And then you have dual threat too, where auto attacks, haste, can proc more dual threats. It's kind of weird. But essentially, as a Windwalker, like if you played it before in previous expansions, you probably felt like, oh, managing chi and energy, not that difficult. As long as they do some dumb goof moments, I'll be okay. This one, I think this version of Monk from testing on the beta is a little bit heavier on resource management. Like proper resource management, you'll play fine. Poor resource management, you'll actually have downtime in your rotation. So that's something that a lot of people I think are going to have a bit of a hard time getting into. But once you do, it doesn't take too long. But because once you do, you get some of those little combos, right? You get yourself the procs of Chance Chi, which gives you a Black Echo. Black Echo generates a Chi. And then you play with the Order Elements. It kind of cuts down the cost of a lot of your Chi abilities and whatnot. I think it's going to be really good, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it because it's going to have a bit of a skill cap to it. But yeah, haste, it's a good stat now. It's weird. When are RUMs going to be up? A good question. We're waiting on them. Literally waiting on them right now as we speak. What's another class I want to take a look at? Is this SAS? Probably nothing new, right? I guess at least one new talent. Oh, 2 new talents. So I guess there's that. Plus. Yeah, like a cleave. It's like a AoE build. It's a cleave full pad build. Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Subrug, I don't think there's anything new, right? Is that Priest? Accidentally hit Paladin. Or Pally. Oh! You don't play Radiant Glory in AoE? Blasphemous. Literally, they got a talent that causes them to gain wings. Oh, look at that mastery, by the way. Look at that mastery. That used to be worst stat. Now it's good. Now it's good. Atho! Where's Atho? Atho, you gotta love this. You gotta love this. But yeah, it's like new talent they added them. Basically, when you press Wake of Ashes, that's when you get wings instead of have normal wings. So wings every 30 seconds instead of every minute or 2 minutes. It's really strong. A lot of people have been playing it, but I guess for M+, it's not that good. Which I'm kind of surprised by. Do they at least play Cleave talents? They don't even play Judge, Jury, and Executioner. Scandalous. Actually scandalous. Play Blade's Vengeance instead of the other one? Have some words with them. Wait. Huh? Okay, no, hold on. I feel like this challenge set is wrong. Because Consecrated Blade doesn't go there. Consecrated Blades goes to a different school. Hold on. That's what I mean. Concentrated Blade is like a passive now. Are they saying they want people to play Divine Hammer, or is that like? Well, I'm confused. I'm brilliantly confused. Yeah. And you don't play Double Dance anymore or anything? Yeah. Double Dance became a little bit worse, but I guess it's okay in that regard. I still feel like Sub is going to be still brilliantly strong. That's not a good thing, though. We have Versa being high stat. Probably not good. Probably not healthy. Derp Moments maybe a high in high keys. Ashes and Wings is not that good. Derp Moments. I actually am interested because a lot of people I feel like been playing the Wake of Ashes Wings, and it seemed to have been the stronger option. Kind of surprised they don't recommend it, but then again, they have like that Consecrate talent in there, so I don't even know if it's like maybe they have the wrong build or something. Dal, could you tell a few words about State of Warlocks? Oh, what do you want to know in terms of Warlocks? I got stuff to talk about. I got, what did they say? Tea? Is that what the kids say? Warlocks are really fun. I like Warlock a lot. I feel like they really open up though once you get your hero talents though. Like Hellcaller or Affliction in particular becomes like a powerhouse of just dot monster. Absolute monster. Prior to this, I think it's going to be fine, but there's a lot of cool stuff they've done for this spec. Oh yeah, Shadow Bolt. Yeah, Shadow Bolt's are actually going to come back though. Shadow Bolts, and they probably should be running Withering Bolt, which I'm surprised they aren't. Instead, they actually are running Oblivion. Huh. Really? Wait. In Raid, they're recommending Malefic Touch? Really? Who writes these? Is it Kalamazi? It is Kalamazi. I'm pretty sure he has a build on beta where he runs Withering for Raid. Huh. Check on Shadow. I will in a bit. Affy bad now? No, Affy's far from bad. What they did for Warlocks for the most part is took their class talents, right? And they decided to extract a lot of that performance talents out of their class tree and put it back into the 3 specs of Warlock: Affliction, Destra, Demonology, which caused them to all gain a bit of a reshuffle in terms of their talent tree and everything they got, right? So, I mean, you start out with your baseline ability is now going to be Malefic Rapture. They even improved the playstyle where Malefic Rapture is your button in AoE and single target. You do have Seed, but it's mostly just a payload to put up corruption on everything. And that's it. And then the rest of it, you just spare Malefic Rapture. So this becomes a lot better of a class for Cleave, AoE, single target, because you're constantly doing the Malefic Rapture damage to everything now. And they had actually added in more crit scaling for the Warlocks. So there's now some value to it. Like you get Demonic Tactics where you gain 5% more critical strike chance, as well as 10% more crit from all sources. Then you can further empower your dots of Affliction to have 10% more crit chance, and then up to 30% more damage to your dots. That's not that big, and like your UA and Agony are probably gonna do a bit of damage, but once you get the Hellcaller where you get the upgraded corruption, oh, it really opens up. That's where the spec really gets good. So you are gonna have to wait a little bit, but it's still gonna be pretty solid even before that. Like you should still be able to have a lot of fun with it, or quite a bit of fun with it either way. But yeah, the spec itself should feel pretty solid. Then there's some cool stuff they added, like Cunning Cruelty, where Shadow Bolts and Drain Souls now do a Shadow Bolt volley. So like you're a lot better to cleave in smaller target situations. You could really juice up your dots by quite a bit. And your capstones are quite interesting too, like Malign Omen. After using Soul Rot, it extends your dots as well as Haunt effect by a little bit. You can play into Oblivion if you want a little bit of burst damage. So like if you go in raid build, that's highly recommended. Improved Shadow Bolt also competes together with your Drained Soul. So Drained Soul, about the same. Improved Shadow Bolt, what it does is reduces the cast of a Shadow Bolt, increases damage by 40%, and when you're getting constant Nightfall procs, it's pretty solid. Like in terms of its overall damage, it's pretty good. And normally you would pair it together with something like Wither and Bolt, where Shadow Bolt actually gains more value than Drain Soul from Wither and Bolt. And if you're playing with either Hellcaller or Soul Harvester, you get a lot more. I know that with Soul Harvester, you get a lot more Nightfall procs. Hellcaller, you probably get a decent bit as well, but you can play Shadow Bolt just fine. And you're mostly using it as an insta-cast ability. Plus, I'm pretty sure Shadow Bolt makes it easier for you to maintain Drain Soul, because you can get it up to like full value with just 2 Shadow Bolts instead of like 4 stacks of Drain Soul. So they're trying to make Shadow Bolt a little bit more even with Drain Soul, because they know Drain Soul is really, really good. And it's like you're still going to have moments where Drain Soul and Shadow Bolt are going to be better in certain situations, but it's a little bit more of a player choice. Like the way I had a Warlock running around spamming bolts off of procs in our 5v5 duels and just like topping people the entire time. It was actually really, really solid. Then there's also there's Destro on top of it too. They got a nice talent rework in general. There's a lot of good stuff they've done, but essentially it really will come down to when you're trying to create a build of your own for Destro, as you're spending talent points into all of the core abilities, right? You'll pick up things such as like Conflagrate, Backdraft, Havoc, Rain, Fire, maybe Cataclysm with the other one if you like it, Roaring Blaze. You'll probably end up picking up like Scalding Flame, one of these here, just so you can access Summon Infernal, buff your Infernal, grab Eradication, grab Reverse Entropy, pick up Ashen and Rains, and then from there you'll be surprised just by how many talent points you have left over, and you can go back and reinvest them back into other talents and try different builds. Like there's actually a Mythic Plus build that goes into a Channel Demon Fire, because they can better support it, right? Channel Demon Fire on its own, kind of a poopy ability. Nobody really likes just being a turret, and that's the problem of Destro. You're a turret, you stand still, you kind of want to be able to move. So they're trying to like make it better. Okay, so if you want to channel Demon Fire, if you really invest into it, Rage in Demon Fire. So it fires more bolts and extends the duration of your immolate. And then further, Demon Fire channels quicker, so you don't have to stand still and channel it. It does a significantly more damage. Pretty good. Pretty good with that. Then Shadowburn. I still think they should do more stuff for Shadowburn. I'll probably have a video on Warlock stuff for Shadowburn in particular at a later time. They did amp it recently, but like Blister and Atrophy, so it gets more crit chance, basically 100% crit chance when the enemy is below 30% health, 20% more damage, resets whenever it doesn't kill stuff. It is a little more playable, but not for Shadowburn, but for how it interacts with Hellcaller in particular as a hero talent more than anything. But at least they're trying to make it better, you know what I mean? They're trying to make it a little better. Even Soulfire could be made like 80% faster to cast from crits. You summon an Orifine, which also gives you lots of resources. Chaos Incarnate is there. They're trying to make Dimensional Root better, but like they're at least trying. Finally, what's the Demonology? Similar story with Demo, really. I mean, they really took the ideas of like, what do players want out of Demonology? Right? They want to be able to play with a recent tier set of Doom, so they essentially incorporated it. They added talents to like make it do a little bit more damage, summon Wild Imps, which is also really good for you. Or have it like tick down faster, and have the demon summon with Doom Fiend. Basic a tier set. They actually changed their tier set on live just so you could play Doom and play into Pact of Eridun and be fine. Hell, you want to play into your Infernal? You could just make him scale with the crit. That's a playability. You could go Vilephian. Okay, so Vilephian, what can it do? He spits. The spit makes enemies take Shadow Flame damage. Cool. You can upgrade it so that when they spit, all demons that do shadow damage do more damage to that target. That could be pretty good. If only you could upgrade your Vilefiend, and you can. Now he can become a Charhound doing AoE damage. So Vilefiend is an AoE button, or he could be a Gloomhound where his attacks do shadow damage. So he's better at single target. So then this button becomes even better. While Vilefiend is out, your Dreadstalker's damage is increased by a significant amount. So pairing pets together is going to be really, really good. You can make those pets even stronger, the Dreadstalkers, with crit chance and damage. Right? There's like all these little like little things they've added in order to give you a little bit more flavor. They did reduce the procs you get of Demobolt, but they gave it a talent of Rune of Shadows where it reduces the cast of Shadow Bolt by 25%, increases damage by 40%. So you're not going to be able to run around and be mobile and cast instas the entire time, but it's better. Bring back to pet talent trees. Imagine one day, pet talent trees, man, that'll be something. That'd be something. BFA Dasher was so good at Corruption patch. Yeah, with Corruptions, yeah, there were. Remember being able to cast 3 kills, most less than 2 for 5 seconds. Dude, with that haste, yeah, that was so good. I agree, pet talents were super fun. I think they probably maybe could, right? Pet talents so you can customize your pets, right? That could be maybe like in the next expansion when they find new ways for players to like customize their classes. pet classes could have like pet talents and other classes could have other crap. Who knows, right? Demon Affy are just now plate spinning again. Demon Affliction. I mean, Affy was kind of plate spinning for like ever, wasn't it? I do think they get a little bit more interesting once you get your hero talents, but you still have a lot of fun with them in the pre-patch too. Awesome Demon was good with Kata when you had Demon form. Kutang too. Playstyle was so fun. Wasn't the Demon form Miss Pandaria with a glyph? Or am I just dumb? I'm pretty sure it was a glyph back in MOP that you could tank with. But I don't remember. I know that it had Metamorph Kata. Well, actually, hold on. Weren't they really good at like Dragonflight for a good bit? No, yeah, for Dragonflight with like the Cleave. Or like, was it Shadowlands? Because I know there was like a season where Demo was the play. It was definitely the play. That or BFA. One of those three. Yeah, Demo has had good moments here and there. Or when they had a one-shot in SL but with a Succubus and Necrolord. Literally one-shots. It was Mop. It was an excellent to off tank and main tank scuff one. Yeah, I don't rate that much back in the MOP. Then again, that was like when I was making YouTube videos on me playing Combat Rogue. Yeah, I was a goober. I was a goober and a half. But yeah, I did, because I remember doing like, I think it was maybe like pre-patch for Mr. Pandaria when they added the glyph. Because I remember doing a dungeon. And I think it was my twin brother playing as a tanky warlock. And we ran into a boss that would do silencing effects on casters. And essentially, like, he was doing fine as a tank demo. And then that boss came out and silenced him, and that was it. It was like, okay, no, that's not playable. That's not healable. Can't tank, can't taunt, can't do nothing. Yeah, I think it was that specifically. Go to Ms. Demo having a ton of demonic cores, so much ability. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna feel, it's like, if you can stand still, it doesn't feel any different in terms of like your resource generation, but it does definitely mean like when you get moments where you have to like move constantly and adjust, yeah, you're gonna not like it as demonology. Let me tell you right now. Let me tell you, there was like what Stone Vault dungeon where there's like a lot of AoEs at the very beginning with those ads down the hallway, especially if you put a lot of them. It's just constant AoEs on the ground. If you're demonology, it sucks. You gotta be max ranged just to make sure you don't get targeted, but if you get targeted, you're not casting ever. You're not casting ever. Got a question. You check Brewmaster PvP changes and making stuff. No, I did not check Brewmaster PvP changes. We did have them in duels before, but no, not really. Not really a connoisseur of BM in PvP. Not necessarily, no. Your team looks fun, but if you're going to depend on others to help you get shit casted, yeah. Yeah, Demonology I think it would be mostly fine though. It's just that one dungeon in particular was like a little iffy. But I think as long as you get like stuns, it's fine. It was like very, very noticeable. Like I just felt like I was running around like I'm dodging mechanics, so that's good. But like I felt like I'm like, when can I cast, please? You know what I mean? Brat, не понимаю по-английски. Подскажи, Islam? What is it? Elim? Is that Elim in Islam? Sorry, doing a bit of Russian here. I think it's Elim Shaman EBM Hunt. Nove. Oh, he's asking basically how a BM Hunter and Eli Shaman. Oba Eli Sham и BM Hunt будет класс. Класс. Красиво. Прекрасно. My Russian is so bad. But yeah, they're doing good. Elias is not here. What's up, Adam? How you doing, Bam? Well, technically, because these are live realms, and they did switch to War Within. So, technically, yeah, dude. I said at the beginning of the stream, like, yo, I am just gonna hop on 5 p.m. my time. I'm just gonna keep the schedule, not change at all on my end. I'm just gonna hop on and just find something to do. I'm not changing my schedule at all. If Blizzard wants to delay stuff, that's on them. How's everyone go? Yeah, now everyone will play. You know what? That's another one actually. I do want to check out Elemental. What do they recommend? Because there's so many cool builds for Ellie, by the way. There's so many good builds in the Shaman Discord. I was about to say Ellie Shaman Discord, but there's so many different like build varieties there. It's so good. Masters become less of a stat though, which is a little unfortunate, but it's okay. What, really? Literally one build? Wow, you're literally just playing Ascendance the entire time. I guess it makes sense, but... Why would you play Lightning Conduit? Okay. I'm kind of surprised they recommend Lightning Conduit. I guess it's for the raw damage, because Ellie Blast. Really? Aftershock? Huh, okay. There's a lot of different builds in the Shaman Discord where people were trying stuff out. And like there were full lightning builds, full lava builds, ascendance builds. I like it a lot though in general. I definitely want to give them a try. But I'm kind of surprised they're not going for like Stormkeeper. But then again, you kind of have to commit all the way down the tree. And yeah, I don't really know if Searing Flames and improved Flame Tongue weapon would be better. I honestly think you could probably run Power of Maelstrom and run Echo Chamber to reach Echo Elementals and Skybreaker. I guess if you're going full fire, that's fine. I guess if you're going fire, but you can go lightning, I think just fine too. Earth Shrine Disco is crazy. Is it actually? I don't think it's... Is it Earth Shrine? I thought it was something else. I know that all of them have technically a different name. I just know by... Oh, it is Earth Shrine. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm surprised this is the build that they decided to recommend, but... Because there's so many different builds on the beta, but... I mean, that's a pretty good... That's a start. That's a real good start. If anything. Time to prep? Yeah. Are there any challenges set up on Wowhead? They are, yeah. This is what we take a look at is like the Wowhead recommendations for like different talent builds. Yeah, you could also get a refresher to see what talents you're going to be running. If you have a new tier, you need to be fireable to believe it. Oh, that might make sense. Yeah, because a lot of classes are going to... Yeah, I guess when you add that context, yeah, you probably do want to invest heavily into fire. That makes sense, actually. Yeah, because I'm so used to like the beta version where we have tier sets, but they're not like... They don't make... Like, they're so generic, you don't have to like play very, very specific talents at all with the current tier sets on the beta. Like, you can play whatever you want. Like, it literally doesn't matter. So there's a lot more talent variety. So I guess that makes sense, yeah. Added in context. I guess it makes sense why you would want to play full lava and fire and ascend. I guess that makes sense there. I wonder if the rotation is going to be any different. Because I guess it's still lava burst. But like, because lightning bolt actually does quite a bit of damage too. Especially if they go in lightning conduit. I wonder. Because normally you kind of just use primordial to get the big cleave. And then you set up ascendance for a big cleave after. And they just spam lava beam the entire time. But like on live, it was basically every time you get a lava burst available, you just send it just for cooldown reduction and for the proc rate. But I wonder if that changes any. Then the build will most likely change with new tier and everything. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, I just forgot about the current tier sets. Yeah, that one would make the most sense then. What else I'm gonna take a look at? Oh. Actually, I do want to see what people they recommend here. Since it goes to raid, obliteration raid, and plus. Not absolute zero. Wait, what? Cryogenic chamber? Huh? Whoa. I wonder why. Yeah, I wonder why, because you could probably swap, because you get free glaciers with Arctic Assault. I can go Shatter and Blade and then Shatter Frost, and then you just basically flip an AoE. I guess they're thinking from like a two-handed perspective, right? Because I have a Breath of Dragossi build, Obliteration Raid build, but they're probably thinking from a two-handed playstyle, right? Two-handed perspective. I don't know, just this, I played with this button, I just don't really feel like it's that impressive. But that's just me personally. Doesn't feel that strong. And I guess it's a little better. Yeah, I guess it's a little better actually. I went with this one, I talented, but that's better. And then they got Long Winter. Oh, okay. Yeah, I think it is the two-handed build. Yeah, I feel like if you do dual wield, you don't have to put a point here. You definitely don't want to put a point here. You get to put a point at absolute zero, so this synergizes even better with Pillar Frost. Actually, I guess it doesn't, does it? Well, no, if you get it to 45 seconds, then yes, it does. Yeah, then yes, it does. Yeah, I feel like take this out because you get that for free here. Slap it in here. Take this out, slap it here. Take this out, slap it here. Boom. I feel like you have better AoE. I do want to try it out. My DK is not geared at all from season 4, dude. I did not spend any time on that character at all, though. How do you feel about Affliction, Warlocks, and War Within? I mean, playing around with them, I do like them. I do feel like right now they're becoming very much like a Hellcaller, and that's really about all you can do. Try it out a little bit and mess around with the other one, which is Soul Harvester. I feel like that one has potential, but maybe like single target potential. I really wish that one was a little bit more viable in AoE and Mythic Plus. But yeah, that one just doesn't seem to be super highly recommended, although it has a lot of potential, right? We've seen how it can do well in PvP. Like really well, surprisingly well, where it's like it needs to have room to grow somewhere. But I feel like as it stands right now, it just, at least when you take a look at like Warlocks, not a lot of recommendations going around for that playstyle in particular for Demo or Affy. It's really good. It's live. Maybe on EU. Yeah, not for me right now. What's happening with Rogue? Nothing. That's the worst part. Not a thing. Not a thing. Last time they had an update for Rogues was like 2 months ago. So maybe this week they'll do a beta update for us. That'd be cool, you know, but yeah. Is this where Rogues can come to be sad? It is. It is. But no, you know what? Look at it this way. I want you guys to have a good time with the next expansion. So if you are planning on maining a Rogue next expansion, level an ult. Literally any ult besides the Demon Hunter and maybe a priest. Any other character, anything you might even have remotely fun with, because just about everything else has gotten better. Feels pretty good to play. I think you'll have fun. Just in case Rogue comes out and is exactly the same thing, same way that it is on the beta, because it's not great on the beta. Not good in any way, shape, or form. We do less damage than tanks. Like literally, bear druids do more damage than us, and bear druids historically have been one of the not always, but historically, one of the lesser DPS focused tanks in the game. What a priest. Priests are fine. It's just they didn't get nearly as many changes. Like, I feel like you should probably go for the class that's gotten like a significant amount of updates, because there's a good chance, like mage, right? I would be very surprised if Arcane Mage in particular, which I feel like has gotten updates almost every single week, or maybe Fire Mage, which gotten updates every single week. I'd be very surprised if they just weren't good, right? If it's a class that's gotten invested to by whatever dev that is behind that class, if they're putting in time and investment and keep updating it, there's a good chance, high likelihood that it's going to be really, really good. I've been saying so much about Void Weaver. It looks really good. It looks really good. I'm just saying in general, as a class, Priest didn't get a lot of changes. Void Weaver is pretty good though. Yes. Definitely some of the top 3 classes with Spec in the new edition. I mean, beta tuning is not final. So like if I tell you right now what's OP is doing the most amount of damage, I mean that could change it into like the next day, right? All I can tell you is what's really, really popular right now on the beta, but it doesn't mean that that's what's going to be the best once expansion comes out. So I could tell you, I could tell you, but then I feel like I'm just going to put grief on myself. I'm going to get water real quick. Let me get water real quickly. I'm thirsty. BRB. Alright, that was good. Stretch your legs. Because it's not like we could really do anything here anyway. I'll main Rogue and Priest lol, dude. Whatever you want to do, man. Play whatever you like. Don't have anybody tell you what you should be playing. Damn, they got pushed by 2 hours. I know, Addon, I know. Sometimes they get like the realms up a little earlier than they, even though they're pushing back. We don't know if that's going to happen here, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully I'll get someone rolling here in a bit. Oh, it's mages? Dude, mages are good. Hey, you know what? Just recognize that Recognize when a class is in a good spot and gets a lot of attention and like follow that. Like I want you guys to have a good time in the next expansion. So like if Rogue is as frustrating as it's been on beta, I don't want to be like, oh, you guys should totally play a Rogue. It's really good when it's not. You know, I'd rather have you guys play the class you have fun on, even if it isn't a Rogue. So it looks really fun. Windows Joe's button pre-patch with that Den recovery, ADK and PvP. I think it still would be really, really good. I think they've done a fantastic job with their entire kit, like double wall, a better mastery, better defenses, better utility, a lot more ways to outfit your damage kit. Like they've done a really, really good job with it. I do think the hero talents do help in PvP, but still, like I think you'll still have a great time with it either way. Like you're basically getting to see like 90% of what the class is going to be in pre-patch, and I think you'll still be able to have a lot of fun with it either way. What about Feral? I do wonder what kind of builds that you recommended for Feral. Feral feels more or less the same, but slower. Because the biggest thing for Feral is Predator no longer gets you resets on your Tiger's Fury. So your Tiger's Fury is every 30 seconds, so you have to be very careful with your resources. Very careful with your resources. And that's really about it. You can't no longer cycle through like Primal Wrath bleeds over and over and over. Primal Wrath is mostly there just to maintain a bleed, and the rest of your AoE comes from biting. So you'll be bleeding, biting, bleeding, biting. And like people started playing Blood Talents. Honestly, I feel like Blood Talents could be one of those talents you can switch over to the other one. Technically, Blood Talents is better, but if you switch over to the other one, like it's a lot easier to like start playing Feral. And I found quite a bit of success because it feels like the other one, it just feels like you are having to wait a little longer. Even here, right? Wait, actually, no, hold on. Repair to target also tear the deals 50%. Okay, so I mean, I guess Repair is fine because you're getting a lot of procs with Primal Wrath. But I feel like the other one for like longer dots is also pretty good. Just so you can get more bites in your rotation and more AoE. Personally, I would try switching this and this around if they play Mythic Plus, because I feel like it could feel pretty alright. But this one, they're committing quite a bit into bleeds here too. Yeah, I guess it makes sense. Also, cooldown reduction on Berserk is now 2 minutes, max. Max, you can't get it lower, which is also another weird one. I feel like Feral is going to be a lot slower, but it could be a lot better too. So if you like the Feral Druid as a... as like a slower paced class, you'll probably be happy with these changes. But if you like the newer versions of Feral that was like super active, you're probably not gonna enjoy it as much. Kind of surprised they're getting you to go Sunfire just for nurturing. I feel like you could just go Rejuve, Corruption. I actually would probably do this just because dispels are really nice, unless you don't really need dispels, and then it's just wasted town points though. Is it just for utility? I think it's just for utility, which I guess is okay. I do think the bear stuff with Mangle is going to be pretty good though. I do think that's going to be really good because you can just hit press Mangle and that'll give you a bear form and you can go back into Rake or Shred and that'll strip you back immediately. Yeah, I feel like these two talents could probably be switched out, but you know, make your own decisions, make your own choices. Whatever you do works. Everything works. I want to get into PvP right to BGs again after years only being PvE. Which caster is a good choice, not Warlock. I was about to be like, hey, how about Warlock? If you want a ranged or like a Warlock, a caster specifically, I think mages are going to be probably good. I think a healer is probably good too. Right? So like priest probably will be pretty good. Because like you could DPS and heal. Mages as a DPS class. Hunter if you want to play ranged. Unless you want to play caster specifically, because I guess priests aren't... I think Evoker is going to be fine too. I think Evoker is pretty good too. A DPS. I think Shaman is going to be good. I think Shaman, Mage. I think Evoker is going to be pretty good, whether you Aug or Dev. PM, MM. I don't know if you count them as casters. They're ranged. Shadow Priest. Yeah. Those are some. Aug. I don't think Aug is going to be bad. I don't think Aug is going to be bad. I mean, it's a support class for sure, but like they're giving him a bit more offensive power. And I feel like you're going to be able to make a play with offensive power because they could do a lot of damage. Like when we tested them on the 5-5 duels, they could do a lot of damage. Our warrior's looking. Oh, that's another one. That's another good one. Where is it looking real good? Did I just close it? I am so dumb. So dumb. Okay. I'll pull it back up. I can close these, right? I don't need these. Go to sleep, check out tomorrow. Sounds good, my guy. Sounds good, my man. Thank you, by the way. Hey, anytime. That's I mean, literally the rems are down. That's what I'm here for, man. I'm here for the good talk. Oh! Wait, hold on. I did a wrong button. I am surprised it's recommended. I am surprised the Powerful Enrage is recommended. Ooh. Okay. That's interesting. That's not that surprising. But this is... I feel like everybody on the beta has been playing non-Powerful Enrage. Everybody's been playing like the Hasted Enrage, which is kind of wild. Master Versa. Uh-oh. When a cost scales with Versa, that's usually where you go, uh-oh. Every time. Between Enhancement Shaman and Windwalker Monk, which one should you pick? Would you pick? Between Enhancement and Windwalker. That's a hard choice, man. I probably would pick Enhance because I could also play Ellie. But Brewmaster, I feel like, are you looking at just a DPS or like as a class as a whole? Ah, that's a hard one. I'd probably go Enhance so I could play Ellie and Restom. But that's because I like Ellie and Restom. BM and MM is also really... Mistweaver and BM also really good too for monks. If you're just talking about DPS classes, that's a hard one. I'll probably go Windwalker. I like Windwalker a lot. I think you'll have a lot of fun with Windwalker. There's enough new stuff there. I'd go with Windwalker. I would do it. If I had the choice, I would be playing Windwalker. That's all I can say. You make your own decisions in life. I choose my own path. It's crazy enhanced slow. It's crazy enhanced so slow. Not, I don't know, you mean like mobility or rotationally? Because I feel like once you get Tempest rolling, you're not slow. You ain't slow when you're Tempesting. Actually, looking pretty good with the changes. It's so much better, man. It is so tanky now. Like, it went from like, oh, I'm just dead constantly to like, I'm alive. I'm not dead. You're like a Guardian Druid. You literally don't play, you don't feel any different than a Guardian Druid. It's kind of wild. Thank you for your opinion. Yeah, anytime. I got the best hot takes around here. You guys want them hot takes? I got the stove cooking. I got the fire, man. We're cooking up some hot takes right now. Elemental got a bit of a rework, but then I tried it out, feeling that I need to cast a lot to get some Maelstrom. Feels like I'm almost out of Maelstrom. They did reduce how much Maelstrom you generate, that's true. But like once you get rolling, you're fine. You have a lot of Maelstrom. I think it's mostly to make cooldowns a little bit better. We doing a Brewmaster Blood Deacon for my first ult. Oh, as a first ult, like if you'd never tanked before, I would go Brewmaster. I think it's a lot more new player friendly. Like mechanic of stagger, I guess it's not that. I mean, between Death Knight and Brewmaster, definitely not the most new player friendly as a tank. I think Bear Druid definitely takes the cake there every time. But yeah, if you had to pick between the two, I probably would go Brew. If you had to pick between the two, I would go with Brew. I didn't mean to rhyme that at all. Try that more? Yeah. A main tank, Prop Warrior is my main. Prop Warrior is really good too. Why do I think that Prop Warrior probably should have been the easiest tank to get into for new players? Because I feel like if you're a new player, like Prop Warrior wouldn't be my recommendation. Like when you level it, it's fine, but I feel like its complexity rises as you get more levels. Whereas Bear Druid, there isn't too much complexity around it. You have cooldowns, you have a very straightforward mitigation rotation of spending rage, and a very simple self-heals. Right? I feel like you're very, very simple in that regard. And I feel like Warriors there's a lot of context and a lot of cooldowns, offensively and defensively, to rotate. You know? So BC, I'm all they have. Fair enough, fair enough. What's a mem like, Dal? It's about the same. I do want to see what builds they're running them. It's about the same. It didn't change too much. Okay, they have builds. I guess like you have to copy to plug them in. Okay, I guess we'll find it ourselves. Okay, they got it broken. Let me see if I can pull up the build. I'll see if I can pull it up for you guys. I just want to see what towns they even recommended. Okay, I can't see anything here. Alright, Hunter, We'll plug it in. Import. Here we are. Or not. Okay, whatever. They don't have it functioning, so we don't know what towns they recommended. I'm pretty sure they have it in Hunter Discord, but yeah. MM should be about the same. Should feel about the same. Best class spec for PvP going in? That's hard, because like tuning is not final. Because like I could tell you, oh, Arcane Mage, and then they could just tune Arcane Mage to be like Garbo. I don't want to give you that answer. I can tell you what classes feel good, what is good, pretty good now, but like I'm not gonna tell you what's gonna be OP to like push, because like I feel like whatever I tell you now, it's probably gonna be wrong, just because tuning is not done. Spec in particular, like maybe like I could tell you like the general idea of what class will probably be good when taking all three specs into account, but like just class and spec specifically narrowed down. Yeah, I have no idea. I have no clue. Your opinion then. Like for PvP right now, I feel like Arcane Mages have been pretty nutty. Like, don't get me wrong. I think Arcane Mages have been really, really nuts. Is that a good answer? Survival Hunter 2. There we go. So far. That's a mindset I need. It is experience and well leveled. I like that. I like that. Well leveled. Would you say Survival Hunter is going to be better than BM Hunter? Hard to tell, just because one is a melee, one is a ranged. Range classes generally have an easier time in raids and dungeons. Like, you're just at a distance, and you're safe and sound, and you can just do mechanics and stuff. Right? Survival has to get up in melee, and that's generally been one of its weaknesses, because you put yourself in danger, and you still got survivability of a hunter, as in you're squishy. With their rework, I think they're going to be a lot better. But then it comes down to the damage profile. Like, survival is a lot more popular than BM on the beta. But just because someone is good in the beta does not always translate well to live realms. We've seen that before, like in Dragonflight and in SL too, right? Whatever's popular there, some of those classes translate to live pretty one-to-one. Others, not quite. Like, it might be popular on the beta because everybody's playing it, but it might be like people found like a build that works with it, but they just haven't found a build for BM yet, right? Because usually once people figure out something is pretty strong, they just play that on the beta. Even though beta is like the perfect place for testing. But also like tuning could affect it a lot too. Right now it's very good on the beta though. Sorry, Jaren Late, what do you think of MM Hunters? I just talked about MM. Basically, they're about the same. They're not that different. They play about the same. Would it be a fun trying to real cast this X pack? I think you would do yourself a pleasure and get yourself a caster. Elite Shaman, Arcane Mage, or Fire or Frost, or a Warlock. Get one of those guys. I think you'll have a lot of fun. Like, if you want to play something different, something fun, something enjoyable, one of those three. Easily. Easily. I think you'll enjoy yourself. So they took away Chakram. They took away Chakram, but they basically took Chakram out, but they wanted to juice up the spec talent trees a bit in terms of their overall raw damage. Which is what they've done for like classes like mages, classes like monks, classes like warlocks, shamans, right? Warriors, like a lot of the performance talents, they wanted to kind of dampen them in the class talent tree, but they buff them in the spec tree. I guess less of warriors though. Elite Shaman would be fun. Might do that. I think you'll enjoy it. I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's an awesome class. It is awesome. It only gets better once you unlock your hero talents with Farseer or Tempest. And that's where it really takes off. It's really fun. Some build for Rise DK available on Wowhead or wait for a few hours. Yeah, I think that build is fine. I think it'll be okay with it, Ishiram. I do have other builds that I'm playing on the beta, so I'll probably test those out as well, but yeah, I think that build is perfectly fine, like if you get your Lego and everything. Man, I really wish I should have taken better care of my Death Knight this last season, because that thing is not geared for the season at all. I would have loved to just hop on and play it, but it's literally got Season 3 gear. I was better doing that. Yeah. Have they fixed any of the crazy Warlock Rain of Fire build? The crazy... You mean the one where like Rain of Fire kept proccing and you could spawn a bunch of demons? A while ago. Yeah, that's been fixed. For like a good bid. Is bleed arms good? I think bleed arms should be okay. I don't think you really invest heavily into bleed warrior. Actually, I guess I could take a look at, do they have a build with bleed arms? I guess the raid build goes skull splitter, but it doesn't go like all the way to, I guess that is as close to a bleed build as you can really get. That's not in the beta. Like, there are some bleed capabilities, but it's not like you have a capstone for bleeds or anything, right? You just gotta bleed as a part of your mechanic, just part of your damage. That's kind of how it feels. Even on the beta. We'll continue main Rogue and War with it. I would like to continue main and Rogue, but the current state of that class is travesty. So I would like to just stay with what I play normally and just play what I'm comfy with. But yeah. What is this? Cool. Got a new job, much better for me overall. I have Saturdays off again. What's up, chill? Say to my man. Yo, you been keeping up with Frost DK, dude? That thing is nutty. Have you seen the Deathbringer? It is so good. It's a bit of a haymaker, but like the damn though, it's good. How you doing, man? So if you want to make a rogue, what would be a pick? So I'm still in between a few classes. I feel like if I were to pick one now, I think it would probably be like a Death Knight or a Mage or a... And that's what I've really been down like in the third class. What would it be? Like, it's been kind of cycling, right? For a bit it was Evoker. For a bit it was like Warrior. For a bit it was a Warlock. I kind of leaning probably towards Warrior, but I don't really know. Like the top two easily are Mage and Death Knight that I've been having probably the most amount of fun with. How can I get to that page? This one? By clicking the link in the chat. There we go. That should hopefully work. Doing dang Dwarf sounds weak. Needs buff, it seems. What do you mean? What do you mean? It's actually so good. What do you mean? It's actually looking so good. So good. I don't know if you've seen any Frost DKs running around 5.5s on the beta. They look good, man. They look good. They're popping. Was Desperate an Outlaw Rogue previously? I think I'll be going Fire Mage. That's a good choice. I think Fire is really fun right now. Just think of melee spec and pick. Melee spec, I think Enhanced Shaman, Death Knight, Warrior, all really, really solid. Survival Hunter, that could be an opportunity for you to have some fun with that thing. Like, this would be the time to actually start playing Survival Hunter. Like, they've done so much good stuff with that spec, I would be very surprised if it's like trash tier. Looks like a bunch of fun. Dude, it's so much better. It's like top end complexity reduced so like newer players can enjoy it. It's still got like a flow and a rotation thing to it, but like, it's so much better. It is so much better. Guys, and a SAS made, bro. SAS, sub, and outlaw. Rogues are just gonna have to go into hiding and never come out again. Do you think it'll be able to play today, or are we gonna have to have endless extensions? That's a good question, actually. I have no idea. I have no clue. No clue. So 5 PM EST, PST. Wasn't it supposed to be like 6? So I guess it's like what? 8? Oh. I have no idea. I have no clue. Barack Namada. What the hell? That's a good name. Current 11 Survival Hunter only take will only take part in pre-patch. That's how it starts. It's still, I'm leveling a hunter, but only just for the pre-patch. I'm not actually gonna play it. That's how it starts. You're gonna have some fun with it, and you're gonna be like, "Oh my god, this feels so good! What a melee class! What a class right there! A class with some class." Good. Was supposed to be 3 PM to our delay. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. I was kind of just like, well, you know, not the first time they've had to delay it, and then the servers came up earlier than expected. So, all my plan for the day I just want to keep up to the same schedule that I've had, where I log in and stream from 5 PM EST. That's all my plan was for the day. I came on. I didn't even know when the runs were going to come up. To be honest, I just came on just to keep it regular. I didn't have a plan. I wish I had a plan. Looking back at it. All right, let's go, dude. Hell yeah. I was wondering if these capsules will actually be any good. But yeah. Og is encouraged to go Dammy. Big Dammy. So good. I'm actually gonna have fun with it. It gets even better once you get into like the why am I drawing a blank now? Once you get into the hero town stuff, but it's real good. Frost Deacon there for everything else. I haven't seen most of anything, to be honest, but I feel like once season 1 starts a little bit different in beta. Probably, but like it's been pretty encouraging to see chills. Frost DK is a very, very strong pick for dungeons, but also is a pretty decent pick for PvP as well. Some of the changes I've done, like, you know, like I have a ramp up. I guess, I don't know if you've kept up with it at all, but Frost DK, I guess I'll, just to give you like, just so I can have like challenge to look at here, right? Let's say I play like, not actual Mythic Plus build, but they no longer have a ramp up for Pillar of Frost. It's just 30% strength immediately. So you can just press it and go. You don't need to like stack it or whatever. You can have it so Obliterates now proc a Glacial Advance as well. So that's a free Razor Ice tax, but also just free damage that cleaves naturally. Death and Decay might actually be kind of playable, because what you do is when you walk out of Death and Decay, you still keep the cleave for 4 seconds. So maybe Death and will set up like a Death and Decay cleave with Death and Decay. So even if you leave it, you still got it for a few seconds. So you can like dip in and out and just continue the buff. I don't know if you'll be able to viably do it, but it is better. Frost Scythe, 30-second cooldown. It does like a ton of upfront damage. Actually, people have been playing it in single target too. So like this could do a lot of single target damage because it's just upfront cleave. It no longer has this like AoE scaling. It's just like a ton of damage to everything in front of you. So it might be better in that front. You do have auto attacks that can prolong your Lonely Winter, which is your Pillar of Frost or whatever. Endurance strength is like 15% strength, but it's kind of whatever. It has 20 here, but it should be 15. Cooldown of Pillar of Frost is 45 seconds, basically. So it's not every minute. So you could get the setup. If you could get a setup every 45 seconds, like you'll drain through the cooldowns pretty quickly. As you Death Torrent, like when you auto attack and it crits, it does like a ton of frost damage. Also because of Mastery, it's really good. Sharon Blade got better, and then you hear talents too, like the Deathbringer ability now scales with Mastery, which like improves it. Where on beta you could do like I had a boss for like 6 million, so that was pretty like common. So in PvP it'll get scaled, but like it's a bit of a ramp up Haymaker playstyle, but it'll probably be good in that regard. Yeah, so that's similar with Frost specifically. Frost things. What's like a best for Blizz? I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. You know, for Blizz, we don't want to be look at best is probably like a brand new class, because I feel like everybody plays the game whenever a new class comes out. That would have been best for Blizz. Second decide between a mage and my DK. That's a hard choice. Both of them are really good. That's a good choice. How do you like Druid? I like Druid. It's okay. Just didn't get that many changes. Like class down tree is fine. There's some spec changes here and there. For the most part, I'm okay with them. They're fine. Yeah, Feral like didn't really change too much. Balance didn't really change too much. Rested didn't change too much. The way you play, there are going to be some notable differences, but like they kind of sort of open up a little once you get the hero talents though. It all depends, right? Because like Feral as a wild stalker, no change whatsoever. Hell, even the Druid of the Claw, there's not too many changes either. He just gets a better bite once in a while. Balance Druid with a lunar playstyle, I kind of thought it was cool. And there's some cooldown management of the other one, which is kind of neat, but like, you know, I don't get super excited for it. It's kind of alright. Rest of Druid, also kind of passive. I think it's probably going to be really good rotationally, like in the moment, but it's okay. Guardian feels pretty alright though. I do like Guardian. I do like him. They don't have too much new stuff, but I like him in general. I don't want Guardian to change them. Servers are offline, WTF. I know! We've been patiently waiting. Still down? Yes, they are. Heil. Yes, they are. Hail Loki the God. Hey, I just get to name. New class citizen. You just some guy. Yeah, that's all of us, honestly. IRL, some guy. No doubt been on a huge break from WoW. I haven't played at all this season. What is the new in War Within? What subservers feel? With servers feel very lost. Lol. Ashy, how you doing, my guy? Servers are doing its normal thing. It's a brand new, essentially, expansion. We're going from Dragonflight to War Within officially. So it's pretty normal. As for like what's new, a lot new. I have a video, like a 2-hour long video on all the different class changes. You can just skip to the class you're interested in. I go kind of sort of detailed into like all those class changes specifically. All the new stuff or highlights at the very least. Like some classes there's too much to talk about, like Hunter. So I'll primarily go over the highlights, but like there's a lot. The M&A servers still offline, EU servers down starting in 2 hours. In 2 hours? For, I guess it is nighttime, but like, what? Yeah. Yeah. Small indie company, guys. Give them a break, okay? So when servers are up and we're within. I feel like you'll have I feel like you need to consult your like 8-ball, consult the crystals, consult the bones. Like it's literally you would get. They'll probably be as accurate as everybody else's guesses. It's they said 5 p.m. PST, so like 8 p.m. EST, so 2 hours maybe. I was kind of hoping maybe it'll be a little earlier, but you know. Call it hopium or copium or whatever, but in the past they have sometimes like pushed stuff back and I'm like, oh, okay, never mind. So I was kind of hoping maybe it'll be one of those situations, but who knows. 12 a.m. Pacific is the proper time for this nonsense. True. True. Hero Towns? No, Hero Towns are not live. No. That is one thing I want to make sure as well for pre-patch. Hero Towns are not up in pre-patch. Just that's been point of confusion for a lot. Hero Towns don't go live to date. That's only once the expansion launches. That being said, you still have a lot of class changes this week to experience it for this next month anyway. But Hero Towns are later. Just to be clear. But you're from France? What's up, Ichiro? 1 hour 15, but I bet it'll be up 25-30. That's what I thought too, Vile, but yeah. That's what I thought so too. What is the beta over? So beta is a separate build than pre-patch, and they're going to continue doing stuff for the beta up until the very last moment. So beta should be getting a new build today or tomorrow or this week. Yeah, so beta should be getting new builds for a few weeks now. That's still ongoing development. Like they got a version of our classes that we can experience right now for pre-patch, but there's going to be more tuning and more changes than that will go in later, but they'll be experienced in the beta. Gives you 1 hero town and expansion launches. Yes, that is true. I thought for a bit it was going to be level 70 that gives you hero town, but yeah, you start earning them at level 71. Yeah, so no hero towns right now. Yeah, no hero towns. Like if you're a death knight or a survival hunter or a aug evoker or literally any class that's got any modicum of changes, you will still be able to experience like 90% of your class changes this week and for pre-patch. Hero towns are a portion of your changes. But like a huge majority of them with talent revamps can still, like Arcane Mage, you'll basically be able to play the same Arcane Mage that plays in War Within now. Because the only thing that's different is you get the Spell Slinger, which is mostly passive as a hero talent with like a slight gameplay hook. But like for the most part, you shouldn't feel that different. Just got in, gee. Yeah, what do you mean you got in? What do you mean you just got in? Like on stream? You just got into the stream or got into the servers? We're not leveling, we're just pre-patching, catching up. Yeah, exactly. There's like a new event that's out next week, actually. This week you got story quests. This week you got skywriting. This week you got new class changes. This week you got warbands. This week you got... I mean, it's quite a bit. But yeah, if the new event is going to be out starting next week. But this week is like, it's giving everybody a week to just do the main news story stuff and test their classes, test out war bands, all those things. Yeah. To the chat. Okay. What did we do for the month of such a long time? Catch up, pre-patch. There's a new event. There's a bunch of collectibles there too, like transmog. That's an opportunity for you to gear a character or level characters ahead of time. And then there's also some seasonal things that you can still do in pre-patch before they're completely gone. Like Mythic Plus seasonal things or PvP. Actually, no, PvP seasonal things are gone completely. But like Mythic Plus and Raids, I guess that's there too. But it's mostly a time to like figure out what class you want to play. Level whatever characters you haven't leveled yet. Gear them out, like last minute gearing kind of deal. Do the event and get all the collectibles out of it. Because I think people are going to do that for a bit. Yeah, essentially. Gives me a quick TLDR. Our alt's gonna be fire with the warband system. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, like you don't. It's not going to be a system that like punishes you for not having ults, but if you do have ults, they're just making managing ults easier. Because essentially, like your characters are treated as account instead of character specifically, right? So like when you get a quest, there'll be like a like let's say it's a new story quest, right? There'll be like a one-time bonus for your warband, which means you don't have to go back and do that same quest on your ults afterwards. You get the bonus. You can go back and do them on the other characters, but like all of them get the rep, get the bonuses. I think it's going to be great if you mog. Like if you have any mogs on any of your characters, all of them are going to be added instead of like your character collection into account warband collection, right? Yeah. Really want to see the monk changes live. They are really good. Monks are pretty good. I think I like them a lot. Will they add hero talents in the pre-patch? No. Hero talents are not going to be available in pre-patch. You start earning them at level 71, which is only once the expansion finally launches. Yeah, no, it's really nice. It's so convenient. It is so convenient. And like, there's, convenience is like, the conveniences only get better. Like once you start doing delves in War Within, right? You do delves on like your main, right? And you upgrade Magni. So he gets a couple of levels, right? The more levels he gets, the more abilities he gets, the more effective he is in helping you do delves. And like, let's say you're doing delves for a bit, right? And then you get this currency and your main is already geared, but you can use the currency to buy starter gear for delves and just put them in your Warbound bank, hop on your ult, equip that character. You went from like item level 500 to 570 in a snap of fingers. And then you could just dive into a delve on that character to get their weakness out of the way. And you get to carry over the same leveled brand to that character and continue leveling brand while playing another character gearing them. Like, it's just like kind of nice. It's like, why haven't we been funding this entire time? Or if you just want to go herbalism on a character, right? Get a bunch of herbs for like an hour, hop on like another character, go into Warbound Bank, and just use the same herbs that your herbalist collected to make potions. And it's like, I feel like it didn't waste time playing that character, because playing that character now allows me to play another character. You know what I mean? Or better yet, just if you just, this will take 2 seconds to go to your currencies tab and just transfer justice points from, like, let's say it's time walking week, and you were like, I want to get a mount from time walking, but I have like 3,000 justice points in this character, 2,000 here, 1,000 there. On that week, transfer them to your character like that, and just buy them out. It'll put a smile on your face easily. It is like, why haven't we been doing this for years now? What is happening? Will it be dangerous with the golden farmer and the auction house? Will it not be dangerous for the gold farmers in the auction house? I guess the question is how. I'm not seeing the picture, I guess. I'll play Crane Monk at the end of MP. I'm very happy War Within. It'll be better. Crane Monk like a Mistweaver? What are Mistweavers getting recommended, by the way, to play? It'd be interesting, kind of eye-opening what kind of builds they're recommending. Raid Rising Sun? Raid Rising Sun kick. Oh, why would you go? Okay, I guess that's fine too. But a Raid Rising Sun, I feel like you would go into like the bird. And Celestials? I feel like you would go with the bird. And pull. Huh. It's a little different than I thought it was going to be. Mythic Plus, about the same. Didn't change anywhere there. But it's pretty good. Deep Clarity? Over what? Deep Clarity over what, though? Deep Clarity over what, though? Hold on. What am I missing? Sorry, it's like a new way that you're going to be able to heal as a monk. Basically, it's AoE healing. How your AoE heal is, you put Renew and Mist on everybody, and you verify, and you get this Invigorate and Mist healing everybody with Renew and Mist. Every time Renew and Mist ticks, has a chance to give you a proc of Zempulse, where your next Verify will trigger Zempulse, where it'll heal your primary target. And everybody with Renew and Mist, so essentially AoE heal, this heal is increased per Renew and Mist that's active. So in a big raid, you have a bunch of them that heals better, up to 30% max. So like past 5 targets, it doesn't get any value, but essentially like you gotta have Invigorating Mist plus Zen Pulse proc AoE. And this essentially, you drink sippy cup, focus tea, you get Zen Pulse guaranteed. I'm just wondering what they picked to get Deep Clarity, because I wasn't playing with Deep Clarity, but I don't remember what talent I had instead of Deep Clarity. I feel like I'm losing my mind. Like, how did they find the talent point for it? Essence Font gone? Yes. Perma. Essence Font is just gone. Then again, Essence Font has always been like kind of a weird button, right? That it just like had some uses, but not a lot of uses. It was one of those weird buttons that's like, it makes sense for it to be gone to some degree. And just to change the direction of Mistweaver. I don't think it's going to make it worse though. Yeah, because I feel like they're kind of already doing the Verify thing anyway. Fistweaver and Raids, anyway, I don't care if it's Troll. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, because they added more talents to be able to Fistweaver and Raid. But I guess they just have them like standing melee to kick for pull and miss, let's say anything. If anything, you could go the Crane, because they made Crane a little better. Hell, they even made Jadefire Stomp, so that does Mastery heal every time it heals people. So like Mastery could be a lot better for that. But I don't know. Zempulse Fistweaving? No, Zempulse is for all healing. So it works off of Renew and Miss and Vivify, which works in Fistweaving or in Raids. This is like your AoE heal ability. Like this and this right here are the way you heal in AoE. This is more passive, this is more like proc based. But they kind of work together. But they're also a little bit better too, because it's a lot of burst over heal. It's just more effective. What will remain? I would like it to be a rogue, but man, the current state of rogues is just, I don't know. Big unknown. They can play an MOP and go retail and do pre-patch content. What I think you should do is you will, at some point, Mr. Pandaria will end about by August 19th by the looks of it. But you kind of want to have what I would do is I would at least have a character, like if you're looking to play the pre-patch event, you have a level 70 character for the pre-patch event. Because then you can buy all the mogs and all the toys and have plenty of time in the pre-patch event. Because you'll need to get a currency from doing the pre-patch event in order to be able to buy all the things you want. So, if anything, I would, at the very least, level a character outside of MOP. Like, if you want to level a bunch of alts in MOP, it's still going to be very effective but very fun, because you'll be able to test out all the new class changes in the MOP remix. But I would, at the very least, get a level 70 character outside of MOP remix, just so you can buy all the new stuff for the new event. Survival Hunter for me. Survival Hunter is really good. Like, really, really good. I'm hoping the Survival Hunter popularity, because it's pretty popular in the beta, translates to live, but we'll see. I have no idea whether to play or not play this aspect. Doesn't look so fun. I mean, hey, if it doesn't look fun, don't waste your money, right? That's the first thing you should do. Go with your gut. If you don't think it looks fun, don't waste your money. There's too much money. Like, I feel like in the current economy, just don't waste your money if you're not 100%. Just give it a second, give it a week, right? Give it 2 weeks. Give it a month, and then if people are still saying this good stuff, and then you decide, okay, you know what, I do want to play it, you'll be fine. They haven't usually enough catch-up benefits so you can like get back into things. So don't worry about it too much. That's what I would recommend. Go to push to be one of the best top percent rogues in X-Spec. Which spec do you feel is going to be the strongest? Well, pushing for top 10 rogues is going to be easy when there's only 5 rogues playing the entire expansion. But oh man. Yeah, Rogue's been in a rough spot, my man. Best spec strongest, I don't know. Probably sub and raids, I assume. Sub and raids was like the only decent thing that we really saw. Because it kind of works as a, what is it, the Death Stalker. But it's like, yeah, Rogue has not been in a great spot. I feel like it has such a skill cap. Survival Hunter, I feel like is going to have a bit more of like a skill cap in terms of managing the typical spear procs, right? Because it changed them a little bit. It's going to have a bit of a skill cap. I don't think it's going to be super crazy. I think it's going to be easy to get into, but like easy to learn, hard to master kind of deal. I feel for Rugs, it needs something. Anything would work, dude. Even I'll take a nerf at this point, like just to make sure I have a pulse. You know what I mean? It's pretty bad. Big hug, dude. Probably. When you hug me, can you also like just hug a rogue, pick him up, and jump in a trash bin together with the rogue? Yeah. Just put him out, man. Put him out of the misery. Take him out, dude. Bet we'll see a mid-expansion rework with Rogue DH. I don't want that, dude. I don't want it. Just make us like rogues, at least in Rogue Discord, right? There's so many, there's like a list of ideas of what they could do to improve our classes, all 3 specs, right? There's so many ideas. Just use some of them or roll us back to Dragonflight. Like literally, the way we were in Dragonflight was fine because they actually kind of sort of made us worse, right? And then like just change our hero talents. That's it. Just scrap them and get some new ones, right? You can get 3 real quickly. There's some cool ideas we have too on Rogue Discord. Just take them out, get some new ones, and that's it. That's it. Like literally, if they gave us a new hero talent and literally the capstone was what we have right now is hero set, I'll be happy. I literally don't care if my class does not feel any different. It feels worse than it was on live. That's the problem. They made it feel worse. And it's like, I'll be fine if I was exactly the same at this point. I'm not asking for a lot. I just don't want to be worse. You know what I mean? Like that's the biggest problem for me. That's like where it hurts. It's like some classes are like, oh man, Feral just feels the same, but it's like I get it. It would be nice if they got like felt, you know, got something new and felt refreshed. Like how Survival Hunter got a complete revamp. I think it'd be cool. I think eventually I want more classes to get that, and hopefully they'll do more class changes like that. Like what Survival Hunter has gotten, which is the biggest like 180, right? You went from Ugly Duckling, which is the most popular melee on a beta. It's such a good change. It's such a good change. And they've done so many good stuff like with Arcane Mages, Survival Hunters, how Augmentation Evokers got better, Frost DK, Unholy DK, Windwalker monks in general. All 3 specs of mages, shamans, warlocks, warriors, like there's so much good. There's so much good. Except somehow they found ways to make Rogue worse. You know? So yeah, I just roll us back. Just roll it back. Just scrap our hero talents. Honestly, like I would actually be okay if like Outlaw did not even have a hero talents, because we have a hero spec with a capstone. Makes us do less damage. And it's not just Outlaw too. A few of them, where if you talent into it, you do less damage. So you know what you have to do for hero talents? I don't want to put them on blast. I don't know who made the hero talent. I'm just going to do mages, right? Just to give an idea of what we have to do with it. So essentially, like most classes, you put talent points into all of them, right? And you grab them all. What we have to do as rogues is right-click ours and hit the button below that says accept. So then we always have like the notification, oh, you're missing a talent point. Do you want to put a point into it? And you're like, nope, I don't. I actually want to do damage, a little bit of damage. Thank you. We do less damage than a bear druid, but like, at least with it, when we remove the talent point, we do the same damage as a bear druid. With it, we do less damage than a bear druid. So, like, some classes are like, man, I feel like my hero talents are kind of boring. Like, Hunter, the Sentinel, right? And it's like, I get it, dude. But like, at least you don't have a capstone that you want to talent out of. Capstone, which should be the most exciting part of your talent. The best part. The finishing touch. The one that really wraps it all together in a nice bow. We want to get rid of ours. This is why I would be okay if like rogues doesn't even have hero talents, just because like there've been not a lot of time spent on them and they just don't work, a lot of them. So like I'll be okay, like just take mine out, give me like a 10% damage buff, and like I'll be happy. I will be literally ecstatic. I'll be fine. And then you can come back like at a later time and give us some hero talents, but like I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk anymore about it, dude. I feel like I've been having a good time. Look, we've been having a fantastic time while waiting for realms to come back up. I don't want to turn into sad times for me. I'm just gonna stop talking about Rogue. How Fame being damaged is weird. They changed that a while ago, but yeah, it was like from the get-go you could tell like whoever made it doesn't play Rogue at all. Like, not at all. And like I was pretty positive, you know, I wanted to be pretty optimistic, but it was like, yeah, whoever came up with it doesn't understand the class whatsoever. And like even in the current state of Trickster, they changed it so you no longer do the feint thing, But even then, it still plays like they don't know what Sub Rogue plays like. Because they have the main trait proc from backstabs and shadow strikes, and it's like, but what if I'm in a dungeon and I'm spamming Shuriken Storm, which is what you should be doing? You essentially do have to weave in a backstab or shadow strike in between, which is like, okay, it just, you kind of have to go against your nature and everything you've learned as a spec in order to play into this hero type. And just, they could have just added Shuriken Storm and like would have been fine, but the rogue is causing more damage. That one was kind of okay, but it's boring, but like it was kind of okay for a bit. Looks like rogues are not playing that though. Looks like looks like Trickster is getting a little better for Outlaw. Deathstalker for Assassination, I'd say. Maybe Cosmic? I don't really know. I'm not even sure. I just remember that being boring and people just didn't really like it. Is there any pre-patch PvP builds available online or just PvE? Right now, only PvE. I don't really know. I think PvP builds, there had to be some new ones. What's the Affliction talent that just destroys? What is that Affliction talent that just destroys? Which one? Like, talk about Oblivion, the one that's like a big channel, or like the dot. If you mean like the Hellcaller, that's a hero talent thing. Has anyone said how long it's going to be down? 5 p.m. PST. So like 8 p.m. EST. So like about an hour from now. In about an hour. Maybe earlier. Who knows, honestly. Who knows? I think I can hang out for an hour. I'm trying to see if they do like a beta update or like a PTR update. Because they did say that this week is going to be another beta build. So I want to see what other changes they do to the beta. But nothing new. How's Druid looking? Our Druid, it's fine. I played it. It does feel a little bit weird not playing around with a Swarm. But yeah, I don't really know if that... Apparently that is recommended. Okay, I was really trying to see if I could make this challenge build combo work. It was kind of whatever when I tried it. But maybe it's a little better. Yeah, it's basically like Call of the Elder Druid, which allows you to get Heart of the Wild when you shapeshift or when you press Star Surge. It looks like they're playing more of a cat build, but it's like gives you a bit of that hybrid capabilities too. And then down below that is a talent that's like Dream Scenarios where you can shred, or you can use Wrath or Starfire or Swipe. Basically, when you use this ability, somebody gets healed for a portion of the damage that you do, which gives you like a little bit more of this hybrid healing capability. It's interesting. Yeah, Resto Druid, for the most part, they're trying to kind of wean him off, not to have him be too closely, like, too attached to the cooldowns, and kind of remove them a little from their CDs. That's why things such as, like, Photosynthesis is now sharing. It now shares a row with, what is it, Flourish? So you can only set up Flourishes. So it's like one less cooldown for you to play into. They buffed a lot of your, like, baseline healing abilities a bit. And they give it, like, a bit of more hybrid capabilities, too. But they're trying to like wean you off of like relying on cooldowns. Yeah, like Flourish and Photosynthesis same node. And Photosynthesis is nerfed too, like by Flourish and Raid Photosynthesis and Mythic Plus. Yeah, but you can have both of them. There's going to be a little bit of a difference there. Luxurious Soul, yeah, that's also kind of nerfed too. So you can reduce spread automatically on people. But yeah. That's what healing out time. We enjoy curating our healing spells and like those. Viability, while changes are net negative for the plus, we'll find an ST or Mythic plus heal. I imagine it still should be pretty solid. I do know that they're a little bit more regrowth heavy though. Yeah, regrowth is now recommended a lot heavier for single target healing. Yeah, I think you're gonna end up pressing regrowth a lot more often. Like your HOTS is still gonna be huge, but yeah. That's not that different. Server's not up? Not at the moment, no. We've been waiting for him the entire time. Yo, what's up, Let's head him in. How are you? Pretty good. How are you? Holy Dalaran. Tam pożywaje. Holy Zdrozdrodrek. Holy Dalaran. What is this supposed to be about, Alice? What's a hero talent? DPS Trickster? Trickster and another one. There's like more than one. Will the XP requirement squish and OP remix too? I think so, yeah. I think the XP squish is going to be part of Remix, yeah. Because Remix and Live essentially are the same build, but like you get a different game mode in Remix, right? Maybe that's why they have delays in realms. Maybe they're trying to like figure that stuff out. But it's supposed to be, yeah, you should be able to level faster now. Like all those like speed things should also apply to Remix as well. Yeah, because it's not like a new, like it's a new way to play WoW, but it's like it takes the live version of the game and like with its own gear system or whatever, right? But it's like supposed to be the same game, essentially. It's not supposed to feel all that different. We'll see. We'll see though. I'm pretty sure not. Holy Pally got some nerfs? No. Pally's looking good. Holy Pally's looking good, baby. I personally think Holy Pally's looking good. I like what they've done because they made it more of a... So Paladin, for the most part, is usually a spot healer, right? You see like where a Rested Druid or a Mistweaver will try to heal the entire raid more evenly. But then usually somebody takes more damage than others from like a mechanic, right? And you kind of... It creates like everybody's healthy, but like one guy. So you heal that spot to make sure the raid is healthy. And Pally is really good at like single target spot healing for one target at a time. So they're getting a lot better at that. They're getting even stronger because you'll actually Holy Light. Like Holy Light actually is a solid heal. Word of Glory healing got better. Let It On healing even got better. Holy Shock is really, really good. And then you also have the Martyr build where essentially if you're above a certain threshold of health, you basically do more healing and you put a necrotic effect on your health bar to some point. Like it's pretty solid overall. Like it's really, really strong. I like it a ton. And yeah, I think it'll be pretty solid too, because it was doing some nutty damage numbers for a bit there as well. And once the hero talents are in, like especially when you play the Herald of the Light with the changed Word of Glory that has the healing over time, that's pretty cool. That's pretty fun. I don't really know if they're going to be able to play like melee healy pallies. For a bit I was trying for it, and there were... You technically could, but it was just like... Yeah, it was kind of niche. But they should be pretty solid. Have they announced what you're going to be maining? I would like it to be a rogue. But current rogue makes me a Despresso Espresso. So I don't know. I don't know about that one, Chief. I haven't really picked yet. Bear with a claw, cat weave was pretty fun in beta. It was pretty cool. I think it's going to be better in raids. I tried it a little bit. It was kind of fine. It was fine, but I didn't think it was like super crazy rotationally. It was, I mean, Rib does a lot of damage on Bear, and Bites can be pretty good for like a big burst of damage. I do wonder if you'll go different stats to make it happen though. I think it's going to be really good in raids though. I think that's going to be really good for raiding in particular, because you'll be able to push out far more damage as a Bear Druid when you're not like tanking the boss yourself. Dal not maining rogue should be illegal. Do you want me to have depression? Holy! Yeah, no, look, I would love nothing more than to confidently exclaim that I'm going into this next expansion playing rogue still. It's been my favorite class for like years, man. But like, current version of rogue is a travesty and a half. If it was just a travesty, it'll be okay, but the half makes it a little harder to like. Look, and I've been having a blast on I've been enjoying my time on the War Within beta. I would say majority of my time spent was filled with fun, excitement, and exploration. I've been having such a good time with it. The majority of it spent was not on a rogue. When I do play a rogue, I get frustrated, so I drop it. Like, because they can't fix it. We have a trait that makes us do less damage at Capstone. Like, it's just... I imagine just being like, yeah, I'm going to play it for an entire season. I feel like you're going to have a bad time with the expansion. This way, for any rogue main, people are like actually recommending, even Demon Hunters are doing it right now because Demon Hunters are not really happy with what they got. People are recommending like pick a different class or at least have an ult ready. Like nobody wants you to have a bad time with the game, but like rogues where we're at right now, maybe you'll be okay as sub. But if you've seen us in PvP and in PvE and in raid testing, we are extremely far behind. Even if you were to like buff this class by 200%, the gameplay of it, like the basic gameplay, is just not it, Chief. Not it. What's up, Jay? How you doing, man? Good Shaman. Yeah, Shamans are going to be really good, man. Shamans are going to be really, really good. What is it going to take a look at? Evoker? No! I was hoping because they did buff up Firestorm quite a bit. And there's some builds of Firestorm that kind of sort of work, but it looks like there's still Shatter No fun, man. No fun. No fun. Crazy. But so much time into outlay these past 2 seasons sucks. Same, dude. Maybe like the next 4 builds of beta will hopefully get rogues in a better spot. But all we can do is just wait and hope and dream. And sleep and sleep. Sleep and dream. Sleep. Just go to bed. Rogues, just go to bed. Wake up in a season or 2. Essentially. Any thoughts on Demon Hunter? Like, Demon Hunters didn't really change that much, and I kind of like the basic flow of DH, at least for Havoc, so I never really had a problem with it. But I do think if you're playing it for the last 2 seasons, going into War Within, you feel exactly the same, with your hero talents not necessarily affecting the way that you play. I can totally see somebody being super unhappy, plus their damage in the beta hasn't been really exactly what Demon Hunters would want to be. There's a potential with the hero talents, but they're not really all that playful. I would say maybe like in terms of feel, if you like him now, you don't really feel that different in the next expansion, where rogues actually got nerfed, essentially. We got nerfed. Our class talents actually make us worse for all 3 specs. All 3 specs got nerfed in a way. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of like a Feral Druid, right? Feral is not going to feel that different. Like if you like the current Feral, you're probably mostly okay with it. Demon Hunters are like, there's damage issues. I think there's bugs in some of the traits too. You basically just stuck playing a Draki, like you're not gonna play Felskar that much, which sucks. And I don't even know if tuning would be enough in order to make it feel better. But yeah, it's just the game just like a very passive trait. And like Aldraki had so much cool potential with like how you weave abilities and whatever, but it just ends up being like really straightforward, very passive, where it could have been really cool. Like it sounded at first when they initially like released it. It sounded like it was going to be very interactive, and even Felskar sounded really cool, but like when you actually play them, it's just you don't change your rotation at all. So, but like I never really had a problem with them ever since they got like a season 3 rework. Like I like that whole gameplay, I like that flow. But I feel like if you played for the last 2 seasons and you're like 3rd season of same thing, I can totally see why somebody would be bored and not really super satisfied with it. Yeah, I just me personally, I know that quite a few Demon Hunters are not super happy with it. That could have been, like, it's a new expansion, it's an opportunity to make classes play better, but the hero talents literally don't really affect you. And, like, we have other passive hero talents that, like, add a couple of benefits, and, like, a little gameplay hook, and just one single talent point can really change the feel of a class entirely. Mages and Spellslinger is a great example. Right? They gave him that reset on the Frozen Orb or Arcane Orb. And that is enough to like give you a gameplay hook. Plus all the different procs and all these things you get for your Splinters and Splinter Storm, how you use your cooldown reduction ability to generate a Splinter Storm. Like there's a lot of fun to be had there. And it feels good. It's just one little talent for a gameplay hook. That's it. It's just one. You don't have to give him a whole new trait, bunch of capstones, all those. It's one little talent for a gameplay hook, and that's it. It's perfect. It's so good. It plays so well. Players don't need a lot. That's the thing. It's a great example of you don't need to do a lot. But whoever made it understands mages, understands the players that play mages, and understands what would be fun for a mage. They just get it. They just get it. And we just don't have that for Demon Hunter or Rogue. Or Priest for that matter. I mean, I guess the Woodweaver is pretty good, but like, I think the other specs are kind of whatever. What's new on patch? Too much to name all in a single few words, Buzzrun. You know what? There's going to be a new pre-patch update in a week. There's Warband system, which is like account-wide everything. Really nice. Skywriting is a thing now. You can fly on any mounts anywhere you want to. Any mount, not just dragon mounts. Bunch of class changes. No hero talents yet. And yeah, gonna be a pre-patch event soon. It's a current none regardless. Did we talk about bad rogues there yet? I think I said it a couple of times. I feel like at this point I just gonna want to not talk about. I don't want to sit there and dwell on rogues. Is the best way to put it, honestly. But yeah, they've been kind of poopy. To be fair, very poopy. Very not good. Can't wait to see arenas. Arenas, like, I think are going to be fine, just unless you're rogue. I think everybody else is going to have fun because I feel like we've had a lot of fun over in on the beta for 5.1 Duels. Those were a ton of fun, very cool, very enjoyable, and I'm kind of excited to do some duels on pre-patch. I think that's going to be exciting. To hero talents, a class of general for rogue. For rogue is just general. Hero talents are not great either, but I was just talking about rogue general things. Yeah, if it was like we were fine generally, but our hero talents sucked, I think that would have been preferable than where we are now. I think Assassin is going to be okay, and sub and raids is going to be fine, but that's really about all. Yeah. What do we do today? Can we actually run keys? Yes, you can still run keys, and you can get certain achievements from Mythic Plus keys. You can still run raids, and you can do PvP, although it'll be an off-season PvP. So, like, whatever rating you got previously, like, your rating doesn't really matter. But you can explore classes, you can do the Warband quest, you have the story quest line for War Within 2, like a preamble to War Within. So you do have a new storyline to meet, I think, Magni and Silithus. Pretty sure. Warband thing is going to be huge. Like I said, new event is going to be out next week, so it's going to be starting there. So it'll be now is a good time to like do the story, test your classes, play them, because not everybody has beta. So if you haven't played beta or PTR at all, this would be like a good opportunity to try to figure out what class you're looking to main going forward. It doesn't seem to be updating. Yeah, so Tuesday is NA day, Wednesday is EU day, and today is Tuesday. At least for me, it's like 7:18 p.m. What is it? Military time for you guys on EU. What is it? Is it plus 12, right? Or minus 12? 1919? Is that correct? I think it's 1919 for me right now. 7 p.m. evening time. I have 7 hours just waiting for pre-patch to level up. Yeah. At the very least, you should have one level 70 character for pre-patch though. Just so you can buy all like the transmogs and all the other goodies from the event. But the event is also really good for like leveling. You can start joining the event at level 10, and it will like rotate from zone to zone. You just get like a port to Dalaran, and you can basically have this characters camp in Dalaran and just join the event, do a bunch of stuff, and then kind of do dungeons afterwards. Or if you just want to level like a couple of characters on Mop Remix should still be very, very good for leveling. Should be really good. If you haven't done Mop Remix, that would be the time to do it. What class are y'all putting in your top 4? I'm going Mage, Paladin, Monk, Rogue. Rogue? You're putting Rogue in top 4? Oh, bless your heart. Bless your heart, child. For me, it's going to be Mage, Death Knight, easily in the top 4. I guess I'd add Warrior and Warlock in my top 4. But duh, where's the Mage? Dude, Warrior... Where's Rogue, I mean? Where's Rogue? Rogue has been... I would like to say confidently that I'm going to be main in Rogue in next expansion, but like, man. Witch, Death Knight, all 3. That's how good they are. Blood, Unholy, and Frost. All good. All good. I'm always been kind of like a simp for Frost though, so I am kind of leaning Frost as Deathbringer in particular. Oh, you should have seen how that thing played early in the week. God damn. Frost and Unholy, both are good. Whatever gets a ride with the Apocalypse is very, very good. Druid, Lock, Evoker, Shaman, those are good too. What kind of a mage? I mean all 3, but like Arcane most likely. My dad won, and I want Legion Remix. Dude, Legion Remix would be a bomb, dude. Legion Remix would be amazing. I think WoD Remix could also work too, but Legion Remix would be insane. It would be tops. Oh my god, imagine that, dude. Imagine if they could give us like a Giga Mage Tower that's like insanely hard, but like we could get like, instead of gems, legendaries, and boost them to nth degree, so we're just like super gods fighting these impossible mage towers again. How cool would that be? Phoenix Mage, by the way. Phoenix Mage is really good. Manchate DK. It looks really good. Yeah, it's very, very solid. Legion Remix and new tints of Mage Tower weapon. I don't know if they would go that far, because like if they would have like, if they would have, if that was the case, if they were, because they're really, really stingent about what they bring back, they could have brought back the Missa Pandaria dungeon sets, challenge sets. They didn't for Remix. So I doubt they'll bring back the weapons for Legion Remix. I never know. Never know them. That's a great idea. Yeah, remember, Legion Remix would be amazing. And like I said, legendaries would be the way they could totally do it, right? Because that's what Legion was about. It's all about Giga Legendaries. So it would be kind of like, imagine like how we play Diablo right now, right? You're running around and eventually you outfit your character in every legendary slot and uniques. Imagine that was the Legion. You just, instead of like collecting gems to put in gear, you get legendaries and you upgrade these legendaries with bronze or whatever other currency they want to use, right? How cool would that be? And all of those legendaries have giga effects and they could get really creative, right? They could have like base Legos that just increase your character's power, movement speed, things like that. WoD Remix? WoD Remix I think would be cool. I think they could do some cool stuff with WoD Remix. I feel like WoD is like a weird expansion, but it's like, I think they could totally do some stuff with it. Because look, Dalaran never really had gems, so they could do like their own version of gems. And they could make them thematic gems, right? To the different orc tribes, right? Frostful gems, Blackrock gems, whatever gems. Delayed garrisons. Yeah, if they do WoD, it wouldn't be like a garrison thing. I wouldn't have garrisons a part of it at all. Like they wouldn't be able to do garrisons, right? Like you do the quest line to unlock your garrison, and then like close it for renovation forever. Yeah, actually, you know what? Now that you mentioned garrisons, yeah, now I'm not so sure. Actually, that word alone, garrisons. Now I'm like, oh, I actually take it back. I don't know how that would work. Because I was excited. I was like, yo, WoD remix would be cool. Imagine what thematic stuff they could do. I didn't think about garrisons. Imagine Shatrath raid. Dude, that'd be so cool. I think they wanted to do a Shatrath raid back in WoD. They just never got around to it. That's what I think that's why I thought WoD would be cool. Because like there's so much unreleased content that they technically wanted to do for WoD. They never got to. And I feel like that could be an opportunity. But yeah, it would just have to take out garrisons. So is player housing for WoW occurs because of WoD? To some degree, yes, but also they said before, like if they want to do like real player housing, how other games do it, they would want to do it right. But like garrisons was like, they originally promised a lot with garrisons. You could customize a bunch of them. You could have garrisons in different areas too. You start out with Shadowwood, but eventually you can unlock a garrison in Negrand, or a garrison in Talador, or garrison in Gorgrond. I don't know my zones really. It's like the three that I can come up with. But like, it was a cool, ambitious idea. And that's really about all it was as an idea. It never really went past that. And they were like kind of customizable. Like you could kind of choose your buildings. But like, it's whatever. And I guess you could like recruit a bunch of followers and walk around. You could like, if it was Halloween, you could put up Halloween decorations or like, you know, Winter's Veil decorations for Winter's Veil. And I guess you had like a dock where you could like send out boats or whatever on missions, but like, you know, it was just kind of whatever, honestly. At least I felt that way. It was kind of whatever at the end of the day. You know? Guild housing. Guild housing is something they talked about before too. I guess the question would be like, would I want a guild housing or would I want a player home? I think at the end of the day, you'd want player housing. Because I feel like if they said guild housing, but what if you're a person that's like, well, I don't have a guild. I guess you gotta make one. Essentially, I feel like if they added guild housing, I think they would, most players would just make a guild just to have a personal player home. Because imagine if like you had guild house and then the entire guild has to do stuff in order to decorate the house. But you're a player that plays solo that doesn't want to interact with other people, right? And now they're going to be like, well, now I feel like I'm forced to join a guild so I can have a guild house. But then I'm building a house for somebody else. People would just make their own guilds and decorate it themselves if they can. Are we there yet? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Oh, man. I've been waiting too. I've been waiting for a while. Guild housing would be a gold thing compared to player housing. I feel like if they're gonna add guild housing, people would just make their own guild just so they could decorate it and keep it for themselves so they didn't have to interact with other people. So I feel like if they do guild housing, they might as well just do player housing with an option to turn the player house into a guild house or something, right? I feel like at the end of the day, it would be a single player kind of mini game where people would just want to get stuff in game and then be able to decorate the house. But like, I feel like there's just so many different cool things that would be like, what if you had a player house, but nobody else saw it? What is the point of having the house? Just for yourself, I guess? Just to do something, and I guess we have it as a gold sink. But then people would just buy, I guess, a bunch of tokens. But like, So maybe you would want to do something else in order to encourage people playing the game instead of just buying a bunch of stuff, tokens, and then decorate the house with everything you have. But like, what would be the whole point of it too? Because WoW is kind of a competitive game also, right? I guess what you would want to do is like you have a cool mod, you want to show it off. You have a cool mount, you want to show it off. You have a cool artifact weapon from Legion, or you want to show it off. I guess you wouldn't want to have a house and show it off to other people somewhere where they can see it. They'll be like, wow, I didn't know you killed this raid boss, and they have a trophy from the raid boss. Be like, yeah, I did that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a bit of a different like feel when you can like show it and share it with other people. You know? I don't know. And that's where like I'm thinking of all this like ideas. If they did add player housing, you probably would want to have all those features in, right? Because if it was just like you could decorate the house with whatever, you would need to find a way to encourage people to play the game so you can decorate your house. Not necessarily just be able to buy gold with token and then buy all decorations, because it's like, I feel like that would just be like insane gold sink thing. You know what I mean? What was the point of it when you can't show it off to anybody else? You know what I mean? I guess you can have it for your own pleasure or whatever, but at that point, they don't have to make it expensive gold-wise. You know what I mean? Like things like that. That's where my brain goes, and I'm sure that their heads go in the same direction. I've never went as guild housing. It's more rewarding than in shore. Yeah. But I guess the question is, I never played Neverwinter, so I don't really know how they went around to make it like rewarding over at shore. Crafting station, storage, etc. I guess like storage. I guess like what, bank? I guess you could do it like a bank or whatever. WoW needs a ragdoll physics, so when it dies, it just gets launched. That'd be hilarious. I wouldn't hate ragdoll physics, but it'll be much harder to res people. Because the game does have physics, like when you get the shoulders or like hats or belts that move around, there's physics in the game. You know? So garrison monuments or archaeology finds. Yeah, garrison monuments, like those like whoever was like, wow, look at this monument I got in my garrison. Like nobody cared. Like with garrisons when we had them, I guess like you could join a friend's garrison and you had this like, wow, I killed last boss on hardest difficulty. Now I have this like statue thing of it. Cool. At the end of the day, I don't think anybody was like, wow, that's so prestigious. I really want it. I think people just wanted the achievement and some of the gear from it. Maybe a mount. You know what I mean? Imagine being an arcade scenario. All the coastal properties are God in the first 15 minutes of watching. Imagine. Yeah, like arcades. Yeah. So yeah, no, it'll be it'd be wild. What do you think about Survival Hunters? They're really good. I think they're really good. They're really popular in the beta, like incredibly popular. I'm just hoping that popularity transfers over into War Within. But we'll have to wait and see. I do want to see what like Boomkids are recommended to play. If it's anything we played on Mythic Plus. Really? Not playing the there was a build that people were playing Fury of a Loon, and instead of Orbit Breaker was another one. But I guess it was maybe with the once you unlock the lunar hero talents. Yeah, okay. Leap of Faith is the closest thing to ragdoll physics. Sorta. I can see that. But like the game does have ragdoll physics. Like if you have those belts or armor pieces that have like moving parts, like you can see there's actual ragdoll physics there. That's not animations. Like they'll just actually change and swing depending on like the forces that pull them or whatever. But yeah, there's not really physics in terms of like tossing bodies around or whatever. Looks like we're not going to be running Gargoyle and Holy Decay. That's good. Really? I guess so, yeah, because the other one is a little bit better. I feel like they're gonna... I feel like they're probably gonna make Gargoyle... They're gonna have to probably buff Gargoyle to be more competitive, but yeah. So many mages, whenever you get a sudden doom, it's a lot more effective. It's just really good. Plus, they also changed the way sudden doom works, right? Instead of giving you a free death coil or free... what's it called? Isn't it supposed to also work on Epidemic too? Like your Death Coil, for example, also bursts a Festering Wound, and it's a crit. Sudden Doom just makes it cheaper, not free. So you still have to spend resources, but the damage it does is really, really good. It's a guaranteed crit. Elder Scrolls has good housing. Yeah, like the one you should take like all the other games that have housing systems. But like they would have to make them better than those other games, right? I think that's essentially what they would have to do is basically take the best parts of them and somehow find a way to make them even better. That makes them wow, right? Makes them like their own thing. Because all the I like the customization and all that, but like, yeah, they'll have to think about like all the ways to like, you know, get players involved in making stuff or whatever. Haven't ran Gorgo since BFA. I feel like my Fest Room 1 Super Strain. I think if you end up playing a Fest Room 1 build in particular, you may like Fest and Scythe too. That would be really, really solid. I wonder if there's like a point you can like switch out to commit to that. But yeah, it should be pretty solid. All in all. Let me guess. This is the same. A little mover. Yeah, it's about the same. Housing Lost Ark is kind of spot on. If they would do something similar, that would be really cool. As long as they don't run things into the ground like... Wait, no, Lost Ark. I was thinking about a different game. Never mind. Yeah, I don't know what housing in Lost Ark is like. I was thinking of another game. I was about to say, as long as they don't run it into the ground. The entire game is... I don't know what housing is like in Lost Ark, though. No idea. What about Frostmage, actually? I do want to see the... Okay. Death Shield is apparently recommended. In M+, I do want to see how people play Death Shield. Like, I was trying to figure it out. I guess you would just, like, weave Frostbolts in, but I think you actually just spam Frostbolt until you max it, and then you start throwing your procs. That'd be interesting, actually. In the War Within expect to play the pre-patch? No, you could just play pre-patch without the War Within. No, so if you haven't bought it or whatever, you could just do what you do now. What's your playlist? It's just like non-copyrighted music. I can link you the entire thing. Here we go. Just something I can listen to while I'm streaming. Elementalist, Storm M+. Storm M+ is gonna be good once you get Tempest, but right now it's like gonna be whatever. I think people still play Elementalist. Yeah, I think people still play Elementalist. Although Storm is gonna be a lot better. Yeah. What's another class? I feel like there's probably a spec that I haven't taken a look at. Nothing new here though, right? Yeah, nothing new. Wait, other... Select the location. They added a new version of Shadow Crash that just follows the target. I feel like that one would be so much better. I feel like that would be the pick, but apparently they chose the one that's like you pick where you want to drop it. I'd love a guild halls. It would be a nice meeting place to hang out with. It's the only Dalaran series to find out. Yo, dude. Yeah, Dalaran series is about to be blown up, man. With the crash of Dalaran. And then Rogue Order Hall is going to be kind of scattered all over the place. Kind of wild. But yeah. I think the Order Halls was a pretty cool, like, hang around spots. Right? I think they did pretty good there. I just don't really know how you would be able to do that with guilds, you know, without like an RP kind of feel about it, right? It would need to be like I think essentially what we would probably have to do is like, you would essentially, I think, would need to maybe limit the usefulness of like a capital city to get players to hang out in their guild halls if they did that, right? Because otherwise, like, what's the point of hanging out? Most people just hang out in capital city and get all the things they need, and that's kind of like the hangout spot. But I think essentially they would probably need to make it like, so guild halls, that's where you can get like certain stations, certain crafting things, certain whatever. And then, what's it called? And then Capital City would have other uses. And you would kind of want to spend time in both. And you'll run into your guildies pretty regularly. Pre-patch tonight? Should be, hopefully. We don't know, honestly. They delayed it, so like, you know, we're waiting. Kind of like how they did with Order Halls. Like, you didn't hang out in Order Halls all the time. You spent some time in Dalaran, right, for auction house, crafting or whatever. But then you went down to Order Hall to get all your tables and whatnot done, right? So you ran into like only rogues or only mages or only paladins or whatever. And then you would go to Dalaran and meet everybody else. So we need to find a way to do similar stuff where like the capital city still has value, but then you want to go into Order Hall to do certain things too, and then you would run into your goodies there. You know what I mean? I feel like that would probably work. It might be up soon. Try to log in and check one shot on list now. Really? I guess I'm just gonna sit in this window for a while and just not go anywhere. If it's out earlier, dude, I'll be very, very happy. What are they recommend for Brewmaster, by the way, for M+? Also, I gotta double check this. Because they have pre-patch notes, right? Am I wrong? Yeah, here we go. They didn't take the tank changes in, right? They didn't implement those. Animations. Healing. They don't implement the tank changes in until later, right? Only for like the actual beta. Because the notes weren't in on the pre-patch initially. Yeah, I guess the tank changes don't come in until the expansion. Okay. So Brewmaster shouldn't... Actually, I feel like Brewmaster would have benefited from them if they did that. Because that would have been a nice bit of armor. Just did EST. We'll see. They increased the weight. Again? Did they push it back again? Wait. Or is it like... Or is it still 5? Hold on. Did they push it back again? Really? Brewmaster not using Nozawa. You think it's blasphemy, but it's actually feels so comfy not using Nozawa. 7 p.m. Ah, dude! Oh my god! I didn't think it'll be up today, boys. Not today. At least put a beta build up. There's no shot. That was shot. 5 p.m. for me right now. Hold on. If I log out. 5 p.m. Hold on. I gotta close it and go put it back up, right? Is that what I gotta do? It's true. He was not fibbing. Oh my god. Wrap it up, boys. I think it's time to go home. Wrap it up. Close it all. Shut it all down. I'm hungry. That's it. I don't think we get it built today. I just don't think we get it built today at all. Not happening. It's not happening. 7. That means it's 10 p.m. EST. 10 p.m. You might as well push it until tomorrow. Ha! Well, it's one of those like what Midwest slap my thigh whelp moments. I guess it's time for me to bow out. Holy dude, oh my god. There it is. 3 a.m. for Europe, so I'm gonna be asleep. Yeah, so you guys are not even so that's not when it's releasing globally. That's just NA times. Europe is gonna have its own times, by the way. Or is it actually, or do you guys have like an actual timer too on Europe? Yeah, so this is like just for NA. I don't know what the Europe timer is, but it's not like a global release. It's like Tuesday was supposed to be the day that it releases on NA, and Wednesday for EU. So you guys should have had it next day, but I don't really know. EU will play before we get it, dude. Honestly, I think EU will log on and we'll actually be able to play the entire storyline before NA will even get like 2 seconds in on it. Yeah, not even kidding at this point. Holy, what is happening? This is, oh man. Does she love to extend maintenance? Yeah, wild. It's gonna be 6 p.m. for me. It's gonna be 10 p.m. here on East Side. Yeah, I'm on East Coast too. Yeah, 10 p.m. is a little late. I mean, with my sleep schedule, which has been atrocious, it's like actually kind of normal, but I'm trying to get like normal sleep schedule again. Whoever spoke about early bird, get the pre-patch line. Bro, all I said is there've been times when they had like a time for a patch and they came out and like it was live a little earlier. In last few updates, big updates, like a whole seasonal update, those came out earlier than expected. For the last few. I don't know what happened this time around. All I could go off is like what happened last few. It's just like, I said maybe. A hard maybe. And all I want to do is just hop on. I just wanted to make sure I'm streaming at the same time I normally do. I didn't have a plan for the day. But guess what? Low login times will be asleep. Yeah. At the very least, like, if they are releasing it super late, at least, like, you won't have any lag. With, like, only 2 people logging in late. Ever into the forums? Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, spread some fire for a bit. Have some fun with it. Make some fire happen. Even if it's like fall anger, just like make some fire happen. Grab your pitchforks. Grab your torches. Have some fun. Join the crowd. It was 10 plus hours of patch days. Is it a... I feel like this is just going off of like season 3. I know the season 3 update was out a lot earlier than people expected. But yeah, it's just... You can never bet on it though, you know? Maintenance extended to 10. I know, dude, it's rough. So glad I came back to try the game. Frost DK is still awful. Slade, you haven't seen what the DKs are on the beta? Dude, they're a lot better. Hold on a second. They're a lot better in the beta. A lot better in the beta. I don't think they're going to be bad, man. Time to play FF14. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so, or whatever you wanted. I've just been playing Diablo in my free time. I've been playing a lot of beta in my free time, but like a little bit of Diablo here and there. I actually been having a lot of fun with it. I got like a hurricane. I think it's a hurricane druid build. It's kind of fun. Don't ask why I picked the druid. I just picked the random class. Just a reminder to take the time to add new pre-expansion banner mid-update and new pre-purchase items. Wait, what? To pre-expansion banner mid-update and new pre-purchase items on the feature WoW page. Feature like here? Well, like these things? Oh yeah, they added like new mods, didn't they? Oh wait, here. Oh yeah, you're right. They did add this. Oh, at least you got an update, guys. Wow, look at that. Yeah, they did add 3 colors of a mog and 3 more pets. So I guess it was that. That's true. I guess that is true. Yeah, so we did get an update. That's not the one we thought of. Not the one we needed. I like Frost DK. Yeah. I feel like if you haven't seen Frost DK in the beta, it's a lot better in the beta. It's like really good. Really good. Like everybody in the mother plays it. Like most keys are being completed with a Frost DK. Hell, you could triple stack Frost DK to make the key even easier to play. DKs were destroying stuff. Yeah, I feel like if you were like, man, I was excited for Frost DK, but not anymore. I feel like I have no idea where your excitement would have vanished to, because they're kind of cracked. Frost Death in particular is cracked. To add new colors worth it? Imagine. Imagine. Oh my god. Oh my god. Frost or Unholy. I mean, you could play either one, but I like Frost a lot. I like, personally, I like him Frosty. Unholy's really good though too. Unholy's also really good. Like both are, you can play either one on the beta. Like when you're trying to like get a 10 done, like people are fine whichever one you play. It doesn't make that much of a difference. Frost is nuts. Frost is a lot better. Like it's a spec that didn't get a lot of changes, just capstone stuff, but like they really tuned them really well in the beta. And like the few capstone things, like people get creative with talents, new stuff, and it's like, wait, this thing slaps. And all they had to do is like enable that those talents are scale with their mastery, because they're new stuff, new talents that didn't scale with mastery. And now that they do, it's like, this thing is really good. And like ever since they changed the the Deathbringer. Deathbringer. So it's like ability is now 45 seconds that lines up with your pillar. Also, pillar not being rampy is really good. Quality change. Wow. Having that ability be 45 seconds with your pillar, you just got a pillar and you slam it immediately, and then you just hit the guy and then explode. Then you do big scythe and you'll apply a new one sometimes. And if you do, that's giga damage. And even if you don't, you still do a lot of damage. It is so good. Deathstalker. Yeah. Deathbringer. Deathstalker's rogues. Deathstalker's rogues. Does Wowhead already have to? Yeah, they do. Trying to find them. Let me link it for you. Let me link you the builds. Just to give you an idea, like you should go and experiment with your talents and try different things, right? Definitely give them a try, give them a go, try new things, try different builds, have fun with it, because off season, But it'll be this one right here. I'm gonna link it to you in a bit. Here we go. Extended, I know. Extended. They extended on me, bro. My God, yeah, I know. Will HPL rework come today? Yeah, today, yeah. Whenever PTR realms or pre-patch realms go up, yes. That should, the Paladin Holy Paladin rework is going to be part of that. Basically, all the class changes are going to be in for pre-patch. And they'll keep doing beta builds, and I don't think those other beta builds are going to really implement those changes until like the release of the expansion. But like by then, it doesn't really matter. Choose for that anytime. Will Time Runner characters and abilities be updated? I assume so, yeah. I don't think they'll stay like in the Dragonflight era, because essentially they're just playing by the same Dragonflight rules, but it's a different game mode of leveling and content. I think as Dragonflight changes to War Within classes, all our classes in MOP Remix also go through changes too. Yeah, I would be very, very surprised if like you had one version on MOP Remix and the other on the other. You know what I mean? Arthur, God damn it, Arthur, no. Man. Yeah, we're not even Mythic Range tonight either. That's good. Oh, we can go play Kata? Yeah, we can go play Kata, go play Diablo, go play Final Fantasy, go play whatever the hell you guys wanted to play. Yeah, I don't think it's happening tonight, man. Just come back tomorrow, hop on early if you can, and then enjoy yourselves. It should be story stuff, should be skywriting, should be war, what's it called? Warbands, should be all those things, and we'll have some fun with that anyway. Oh yeah, I got my Glad mount, by the way. Nice! Let's go. Hey, it's all good that you grind it out, man. That's awesome. That's the most important part. You just put the nose to the grindstone. You got a cool looking mount. I'm happy for you. Hell yeah. I'm liking Rogue in a beta. You are? You do? Being able to dot a pack with Garrote, Rupture, Serrated Bone Spike with a few strokes are pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, that's not that different though, compared to life. Also, the Dragon Riding Mist of Flying Disc mounts. Yeah, those are going to be really cool. Yeah, Dragon Riding on those mounts is going to be really neat. I look forward to it. Yeah. Especially if you like survival hunters, or yeah, if you're hunters in general, death knights, pallies, I'd even say monks for sure, mages, shamans, warlocks, warriors, like all those classes are going to be really, really good once the pre-patch comes out. I think it's going to be a ton of fun. Now would be a good time to get a bunch of ults ready. Not happy with time facing assassin after every game. Yeah, it's okay though, because like once the pre-patch comes around, rogues are basically just going to go back to doing the damage they're doing, tank damage in like they're doing the beta. So yeah, just give it a second. They're basically just gonna dissipate. They push out maintenance on. I know, dude. We just saw. I mean, look, I kind of half expected this, but yeah. MOP Remix characters transfer retail. Not they have like a day. I think it's like a couple of days before the expansion, like early access launches, is when Miss Pandaria characters are gonna transfer to like retail. I think it's like 3 days. Or like 5 days maybe if you're not doing the early access. So like if you want to get all the or pre-patch content out of the way and get all the goodies for pre-patch, you probably should start leveling character on live realms, not the Miss Pandaria realms. Just to make sure you can collect all your mogs and all your... I think it looks like 2 mounts. It looked like it wasn't mounts really. It was like mounts. It wasn't really mounts. But there's a collectibles and stuff that you can get for the pre-patch event, which is out in a week. Almost 6 p.m. Took a day off. Yeah. Yawns. Never, ever for any MMO or online based game take a time off or days off for even for like launch of War Within. Don't take time off. Like it's just it never goes right. No matter the game too, whether it is WoW or any other MMO, literally every single one of them, it happens all the time. People take time off, right? And never goes correctly. Never goes correctly. Just do yourself a favor. Just do yourself a favor. At least don't take time off on the day that it launches, right? Maybe like a couple of days afterwards, and that'll be maybe hopefully safer. Yeah, they're busy implementing all the rogue changes. That's why they're delayed. Dude, they're just... no, they're not. No, they're not. That's a lie. Dude, I've seen what they've done to rogues for the last 2 months over in the beta. And you know what they've done? Nothing. Nothing. It's been silence, dude. They've been like when it comes to rogues, they're being like extra silent. Like it's like we want to see rogue changes. We don't want you to act like rogues when it comes to rogue changes. They're being extra quiet about it. No, they're not. Don't give me hope. Don't do this to me. Took 2 weeks off, 2nd of August. Damn. Well, okay, 2 weeks off. Like some of those days are probably going to be like lag fiesta. But like not all 2 weeks at the very least. Athel, stop! Oh no, when was the pre-patch extended maintenance till July 30th? That's not real, is it? No. No. Athel, please. Athel, please. Imagine. Imagine. Oh. Damn. Is the rogue dev that has taken time off? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for 2 months. Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. At least you had a good time, though. At least you had a good time. And misery loves company. Always 100 main, dude. Yeah, BM is pretty. It's not that different, but they got some cool stuff for BM. Let me go through it really quickly. They got some cool stuff, right? You can have a dot-based build with Basilisk Color. Each damage over time effect causes you and your pets to do... mostly from your pets. Damage they receive from your pets to take 10% more damage per dot. You can get that through a Hunter Spray with Venom's Bite, where a kill shot applies Serpent Sting on the target. I don't know why they're not taking Hunter Spray here, but... that would be really, really good. You also get a dot of Murder of Crows. After 4 kill commands, you get a dot. And you could also get a dot with Hunt Master's Call, where you can summon either Haughty to buff your pets or Fenrir to put a bleed on the target while giving you haste. And you can get like a base bleed with War Orders too. So like, that's quite a lot of damage by your pet. And then you could go and amp it by a bit with Bloodshed, and then you pick up Venomous Bite. Bloodshed increases all damage taken from your pet by additional 15% on top of all of those. So it's quite a lot of like focus damage on a singular target. It's actually kind of nuts and gives you like an AoE cleaver build. Explosive Venom is another one. If you have 5 Castle Explosive with multi-shots, all those abilities can then spread Serpent Sting to everybody around you. So that's also pretty cool. There's a couple of different builds that are recommended, but I'm sure people are going to find other builds as well that could work with stuff. But yeah, BM is looking pretty interesting. It's not super different, right? You still have Bestial Wrath, you still play around your Barb Shot, you still kill commanding and multi-shotting. But like, they gave you a couple of new talents with like a dot focus now, which is interesting. Or like a different type of pet focus too here on this side. Like Murder of Crows, you know, haven't seen that ability in a while. Also, Barrage, like why would you use Barrage? But it actually gives you basically while you use it. So maybe good? Who knows? It's gonna be hard to tell. If it's tuned correctly, it might be kind of okay. But it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. Plus, class talents, baseline, explosive shot, that's gonna be really good. And defensively is going to be good too. Those are usually silent unless stuff is data mined. They worry about promising something not deliver on time. Yeah, at this point, like in Rogue Discord, they did say like we're probably coming out like in a not a great spot. So just be aware and get an ult. Like it's just in Rogue Discord. It's just like, hey, if you're gonna play a Rogue, like I'm excited for you, but seriously, think about leveling an ult. After you level your Rogue, level another character. Anything that's fun for you. Anything. Right? Yeah. The season 1 Glad Mount from within is mid, should have made it in Nerubian. Oh yeah, I kind of agree with you on that actually, because I saw that thing, because you can get it from like one of the big rare, somebody got it. That thing looks awesome. Yeah, there should have been a Nerubian. It should have been a big old Nerubian thing. And I think maybe they could still change it too, because they have the model of what it should look like. Just adorn it with cool ass PvP things, right? Skulls and stuff. And make it, let it fly. I mean, I guess the other thing flies too, but like, yeah, that would have been really cool. Still plan on main and Rogue. I got this question a lot today. Ideally, I'd like to play a Rogue, but like, current state of Rogue is not it. It is just not fun. Like, you're gonna need a Rogue in every raid, for sure, but like, the current state of it is just not great. And I'm hopefully they'll do some cool stuff over the next 4 weeks of beta updates, but current version of it is really not where I'd like it to be. How's our Sharpest looking next expansion? Not that different. I think the Void Weaver and the Archon is going to be kind of an interesting hero town choices, but it has a very similar feel in terms of rotation stuff. Doesn't feel that different. Delta is nuts. You think so? Do we know what the 2100 weapon illusion is going to be like? I think Snoopy posted a tweet about it. I think he found what it was. I don't remember what it looked like at all. I imagine like some voidy illusion. I would assume. Is there an axe that turns into an earthen randomly? There's an axe that randomly turns into an earthen? Really? I never found that in the beta. Do you think that would be good pick for M+ Shadow Priest? I think so. I don't think there should be a bad pick at all. I feel like it's not. It definitely wasn't the most popular class I've seen on Mythic Pluses for beta testing, but Shadow Priest is not a bad one though. Yeah, this should be good. I think it'll come down to the meta, but like Shadow Priest are played right now plenty, and I imagine this should be pretty good because they're about the same. Like they have the same strengths. They're not weaker, if anything. They're only a little better. Any thoughts on the best PvP healers for War Within? That's a tough one. No idea. That one I just have zero clue, honestly. It's hard to tell. Because I can only do so much when it comes to like figuring out like classes and stuff. Like PvE, Mythic Plus, raid healing. PvP is just a different game mode entirely. I have no idea. I'm not sure. Like there's going to be some things that I'm just not 100% on. And this one I'm like 100% not sure. No idea. Is Shaman worth it? Yes, as a class, for sure. I didn't even read the rest of your message, but yes, Shaman is worth it. I have reduced the button blow removal. Not really. I want to say yes, but no. Not really. Not really. Yeah, Shaman button bloat has always been a problem, but like it's a really fun class, and the talent changes they've gotten so far have been excellent. I mean, Elemental, really, really good. Enhance, more or less the same as it was before, which is not a bad thing. It's just a lot of shamans were hoping for more. Hero talents do give them a little bit more playability and like how you build your character. Rest is just better, but it's also not that different. And I mean, button bloat, I mean, they separated this totem and this totem, so now you can pick up both of them if you want to. So less, more button bloat more than anything, you know what I mean? There's just more button bloat right now. And they gave you another totem here that's a defensive totem. Hey, another button that you're gonna have to put up somewhere. It's not really better. It is better, but it's not better. You know what I mean? Like, there's more buttons. They give you more buttons. And hey, you never played Healing Stream Totem before? Now it's got a defensive, kind of a button bloat. You know what I mean? Like, they're not necessarily making it less buttons for you to play with. In fact, I'd say it's probably more. Not like it's a really bad thing, because I feel like the overall play style, like if you like Shaman now, you probably will like him going forward. I really like the changes I've gotten so far. But in terms of like button bloat stuff, yeah, it's still is a button bloat. Sillies. They're just pushing it back another again. Don't tell me they did it again. Don't tell me they did it. It's already was 7. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hold on. Don't tell me it's 9. No, it's still 7. It's still 7. It's still 7. Because, yeah, we saw the whole, what is it, 7 p.m. Pacific daytime. We were there for that. We were there for that. Yeah. Man. Would you choose only Shaman, Red Pally, or a Monk? Shaman, Red Pally, or a Monk? I mean, depends what you're into, right? I probably could choose one of them. Just depends what you're into. Bear did looking good for War Within. It doesn't look all that different, but like I kind of like Bear feeling familiar and like being new player friendly. I always like that about Bear. I like the version that they had in Dragonflight, and I'm perfectly cool with the one that got in War Within. So. They're not bad, they're not worse. Gonna find any patch notes on them. There really isn't. They're going through like a big tank adjustment for War Within once people are heading to like max levels, because they're gonna make tanks a little weaker so that healers get more playability. Bear does not really get affected by it too much. They still have moments like Incarnate is very, very strong CD for them. Yeah, Bear doesn't really get anything new for the most part. They just get a little weaker, but all tanks are getting weaker, so it's not really a Bear thing. Is it weird to not go into any capstone towns with Shaman class tree? Spec tree or class tree? Because the capstones are more utilitarian than anything. So I guess it's not that weird. Spec tree is pretty weird, but class tree is kind of more utility than anything. I would say that shamans are one of the most difficult classes of all. They're definitely not like a... I almost wanted to say, like, I feel like enhancement for a new player is kind of fun to pick up and pretty easy. But as a class, yeah, I feel like it's a class that has a pretty big Swiss Army knife of a kit. And if you have like a newer player that doesn't really know shaman, not picking up the Swiss Army knife, I mean, that's why you bring a shaman, right? It's because of all the different little tools you bring. I don't know. I feel like still a new player can have fun and pick up enhancement and do kind of okay with it. You know? But yeah, from like what is expected in group play, like a shaman, if you trolls and doesn't pick up all that utility to put the keybinds on for, but yeah. What DPS spec do you think is going to be good in delves? Ideally, all of them should be good in delves, but like if you're looking for a class that should be insanely good for delves, I think like a Beastmaster Hunter, because you have a pet, should be incredibly good in delves. Because there'll be like a big boss delve later down the line. I think having a pet that could tank stuff for you would be incredibly advantageous. Just because if you look at solo content, having a pet to tank stuff for you is going to be really, really solid. Ideally, delves should be soloable though. But I think BM, right? I'm thinking like Mage Tower, right? You go into a fight, you want to be able to maintain yourself, live, all that. I think having a pet helps a ton. Thoughts on Feral Druid? I like him. They're gonna feel a little slower though. They're gonna feel a little jarring if you played earlier Ferals, versions of Ferals. I like him generally. I did play him a little differently though than what is recommended on the talents, but that's just me. I find my hands with Shaman spends a lot more time dead than my rogue. Yeah, Shaman survivability is a little questionable to say the least sometimes. Like some of the classes like a Shaman Modiki, but I have 50 buttons, so no thanks. Death Knight is a good one. No, Frost Death Knight does not have 50 buttons. Frost Death Knight is an easy recommend for new player. Frost Death Knight, Guardian Druid. I think like a base version like No Mover Havoc Demon Hunter is pretty cool too. Og is a pretty good recommend. BM is a great recommend. Frost Mage is a good recommend class. Brewmaster I think is a decent recommend. I think Red Pally is a pretty good recommend too. Holy Priestess are okay too. I probably skip Rogue on that front. Destro is recommended. Fury is recommended. There's a good classes like if you're a newer player and you don't want to have like a overload of buttons. Those are the classes that I would recommend. My man, should I be going Mage or Evoker Season 1 Mover then? That's a hard choice because I mean Og I think is going to be really good because like if you want to just secure yourself a spot and be that guy, you could play Og. I feel like Og is not going anywhere. I think if you want to be on the safer side, or if you just don't want to hate your life playing Og, I'd go Mage. I think you'll have fun with Mage. I like Mage. I have never seen your face before, and I must say I wasn't expecting the glorious stash. Well, thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, I've been kind of rocking it since, I think, BFA days. I never really added like too much mustache back before. Just kind of parted to the sides. But nowadays, like, it's so long and just much easier just to curl it up. Like eating food, when I just don't do anything with the beard or the mustache, yeah, it's actually annoying. It's get to that point. Oh man, yeah. You know what, boys? 7 p.m. now. Yeah. Oh man, we saw that. I'm gonna go chat. I'm really bad at ending streams, so I'm just gonna kind of end it here. Enjoy the music. Enjoy a good night. Hopefully you'll be able to play some of the pre-patch. Hopefully they'll be out earlier. Watch them drop it as soon as the stream goes off. Tomorrow we'll play some classes, we'll test some new stuff. Hopefully we'll get a new beta build by tomorrow too, so that'll be a lot for us to get into. But yes, thank you. You guys are wonderful, beautiful. Thank you all so much for watching. I do hope all of you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch all of you guys tomorrow, right? Hopefully. Watch as soon as I end the stream, servers pop back on. I won't say anything, just know that I'll be fuming, absolutely fuming on my end. I'm prepped. I'm prepped to be annoyed. I'm hoping realms don't come on for like till at least 10 or tomorrow at this point. Like it's just, you know what I mean? You guys have a wonderful one though. Have a good one. Yeah, like I said, I'm really bad at ending this, so I'm just gonna go. Peace.
so hard to make me surrender.